Down! Green team! Green team! Set! Hey!
Good morning, football fans, and welcome back to 3 and Out, right here on IE Sports Radio, your directly for all that is sports. Ladies and gentlemen, football fans of all ages, we have officially made it to the draft. And I'll tell you right now, this show is always one of the most energy-packed, funnest shows we have all year long. Why? Because, well, we have ourselves a few diehards in here. One in particular we like to call our Mel Kiper with better hair. Yes, Mike Pat joins us today, as you saw right now on the, well, we'll show you the actual banner if you didn't see it today at the beginning of the show. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Welcome to the official 3 and Out mock draft show right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. 1,800, well, sorry, 1,000 or 1,086,000 or something like, I don't even know the freaking number. But look, guys, there's a lot of freaking football players out there in high school, correct? Tons, okay, over a million. High school seniors, there's 310,000. 70,000 of them become NCAA players. We have 20,000 NCAA freshmen playing football right now. The percentage of high school players, 6.5%. NCAA seniors playing the game, 15,000. Players scouted by the NFL, 6,500. 350 are invited to the NFL Combine. 256 are actually drafted. 300 rookies actually make a team. 1.6% of NCAA players go to the NFL. NFL players reaching the fourth year, their first contract, 150. And in the 2014, the NFL minimum salary was $420,000, and after income tax, $252,000. Why did I read that? There's something special I'm going to show you guys in a few minutes. It tells you two things. Number one, it's damn hard to get here. And number two thing, always have your fallback. Ladies and gentlemen, be ready, because here we go. Rock and roll. 3 and Out is here, live and direct, and we are ready to do this. Good day, good morning, good wherever in the hell you guys are in the world. We're here, baby. I've been freaking drinking coffee all morning. I've had draft day on. I've been watching Kevin Costner wheel and deal all morning. I don't give a crap. This is it, y'all. Draft day is almost here. It is the NFL. And even though I'm slowly starting to hate the NFL with all the nonsense going on, and you can't breathe on quarterbacks anymore, and if you hit anybody, you get, taken to jail, and, all that crap, we still happen to love this sport. And, it is what it is, right? But really, nothing is cooler than seeing the journey of a professional athlete. Realistically, nothing's cooler than seeing somebody's journey overall. Right? Because you get to see growth from point A to point B. And personally, guys, sometimes the journey is the lesson, right? Sometimes the journey is the career, because Hall of Famers get that moment. And we all love that moment, right? Those wonderful speeches. But to the guys who don't get there, to the guys that got an injury in high school or college, to the guys that were undrafted and, well, they played a couple of years and then phased out, and to the guys who just unfortunately just couldn't get there, you know what? You're still awesome. and you still have an amazing career. Today, we're going to be talking about a bunch of dudes. We're going over our mock drafts, and you know what? All the best to every one of those players because, again, though things may not turn out how they want them to, learning something from this great game is huge. Now, why did I open the show with something so really emotional, right? Because I played this damn game, and it is a very, very, very tough thing when one day it ends. But I'll tell you, for these guys, it doesn't have to end, and it's all about what their career, about what they make it. So tonight, well, Thursday night, the lives of 32 players will change forever. What they do with it is totally up to them. However, this morning, we're going to get the sun out of my face in a few minutes, but we are going to go over our draft picks and have a little bit of fun here with our boy Mike Pat and Teran Rodriguez and jump on in to our official mock draft show. But before we do that, last night, my wife and I went on over to a local college, Mount Tennessee, in Temecula. They have what they call Friday night bites. And we got ourselves some yummy food, and guess who was there? They just happened to be a sponsor, and I just happened to get a few bags. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take ourselves a short break, and when we get back, the man with the best hair on the network, and the man who covers more volleyball than I actually thought existed will be joining us in a few moments, ladies and gentlemen. Be ready. You are tuned in live to 3 and Out Mock Draft Edition right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hi, eSports Radio fans. This show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, Single A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clinking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go. That is very correct, everybody. When your mental health is strong, there's no telling how far you'll go. So, of course, check out our awesome sponsors there. Vital Apparel. Use that promo code. Show them some love. You'll show us some love as well at the same time. And, of course, Planet Jerky. I'm just saying. I don't just say it for no reason here. Ladies and gentlemen, Planet Jerky. The jerky that's truly on another planet. I'm going to be eating some jerky during the show. I thought I got the sun out of my face, but I didn't, so I'm gonna have to move things around, whatever. Anyway, with that said, two guys who are chomping at the bit to be on here, and I'm so excited because, well, here they come, ladies and gentlemen. Again, he is our very own Mel Kiper, but with better hair, and he is the man with a volleyball born in his hands. His poor mom, ladies and gentlemen. Welcoming Mike, Pat, and Teran Rodriguez. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning, Larry. How are you doing?
Alive and well. Enjoying some Planet Jerky.
Volcanic jalapeno, great choice, by the way.
Oh, it's a great choice. I got the coffee. I still somehow have draft day on the TV right now. We're getting to the part. Oh, it's the Buffalo part. It's where what's his name? Oh my gosh, he's my favorite actor. I love that guy. What's his name? Oh my gosh.
Is it Chadwick Boseman, Vontae Mack?
No, oh, rest in peace.
No? Okay.
Dennis Leary. Dennis Leary. It's where Dennis Leary
yeah.
like betrays Kevin Costner and he's trying to get a trade. Like
By the way, Larry, before we get going, I have a confession to make to you. It's a feeling I've kept to myself for a few years now, but I have to tell you live on this show since it's such a favorite of yours. I am not a fan of draft day. And there's one specific reason why. I think it's actually a very good insight into how like meticulous these teams look at these players.
Mm-hmm.
But, and you probably know this as well, and I think Teran would probably agree, the trades that Kevin Costner makes on draft night, the other two GMs that made those trades would have been fired before the end of the draft. Before the end of that night. The guy who traded the top 10 pick for 3 second-round picks, and the guy who traded back one spot and gave up all of the first-round picks he just got. Both would have been fired, maybe even before the end of the first round. Like, after those trades, their owner might have just walked in the door and said, "Get out." No, we're not letting this guy run the league on us.
Yeah, peace out, right? Like seriously, there wouldn't have even been no like build up or no like fired. Like we're talking about by the time the ticket got to the freaking by the time the ticket got to the commissioner, okay, yeah, fired. Like yeah, like
right. That one team, the Seattle would have taken that quarterback, and then the owner would have walked in and said, "Okay, good, you got our guy. Now pack your bags."
Yeah, goodbye. No, totally not what you would think. It's a great movie, guys. It's fun to watch. But the realism, sorry to break it to you, not something that would actually happen. Ladies and gentlemen, jump on it. Look at our awesome chat going, man. Our boy Glenn Ritter, of course, really excited for his Minnesota Vikings. Listen, man, he's doing his thing. Appreciate you, good sir. Thank you for being here this morning. And Brian Francione, awesome, man, doing his thing. Oh, we're going to have some fun. Put your drafts in here as we go, guys. Appreciate you, Davidson Crooks. Again, really quick, guys, we have so many great shows here on the network. We're getting ready to ramp it up, man. I mean, Glenn, super excited to have this guy on 3 and Out all year long this year, man. Brian, same here as well. Make sure you jump on in for those playoffs because both Adam Karnick and Freddie B are just getting it. They're going to be having multiple shows per week right now during the NHL playoffs. This guy over here has been doing one hell of a job with the Bullpen Bulletin with Freddie B. Those guys just flow. Teran, who are the Angels? Teran, please explain to me who that team is wearing Angels jerseys, because that's not the Angels. I don't know who they are, but they're playing like a team that doesn't play like the Angels usually play. So I'm really trying to investigate who the hell those guys are playing in Anaheim right now. And I'll be joining on Monday. I was going to join last week, but issues. I cannot wait to talk about that team because even though they're not the greatest team in the league, they don't look like the Las Vegas Raiders, which is, what they've looked like in the last couple of years. Maybe it's the owner. Oh, we're going to talk about that too. So anyway, but again, join these guys over here, Freddie B and Mike, Pat, Monday evenings, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. These guys are amazing. At the same exact time, join this guy down here. I'm going to be joining Teran for the men's volleyball tournament this year. It's a tiny tournament. I wish it was as big as the women's tournament, but that's okay. I'm excited to talk some volleyball, man. Get excited for that. We're going to have tons and tons to talk about. Right now, Teran was at a game last night, man. He's been talking about the love LOVE
League One volleyball.
You gotta love it.
But
Teran's
close
been,
enough. It is pronounced love.
He's been doing it. He's been having fun with that, man. Doing great things there. So tune in 6 p.m. Pacific time, man. This guy is doing a great job. Again, all of our shows, man, Apex Asphalt with Christopher and Daryl, they're doing a great job talking all motorsports. I've been on there a lot in the last couple of weeks. I mean, really, our soccer show just got revamped. Big Mike was supposed to be here today, but he had some things come up, so it's all good. But he'll be here with us throughout the season, and he's going to be over on Shin Pad Shenanigans with Jess. They had an amazing show on Thursday. Again, guys, Sunday with Davidson and Dentarius, and he's going to be doing multiple shows as well during the playoffs. So again, this is what we do, guys. It's what we do. So with that said, appreciate you guys. Sorry for the long introduction there, but just getting all that in, excited for everything, man. Appreciate you because the Monday night wars are reinvented. I love it. Yes. Hey, you know what? That's what we do, man. IE Sports Radio. We truly are your direct feed for all that is sports, and we are here today. Oh yeah, we're ready. Mike? What's up, bro? It's fine. So
I couldn't find my IE Sports Radio shirt. I'm not even gonna lie to you, brother.
Do you see? I mean, okay, to be fair, I sent it like 9 years ago, but whatever. Okay.
No, I have it. I don't know where.
It's okay. It happens. So with that said, guys, let's get to it, man. We have ourselves a mock draft to get into, but really fast. I know, here we go again. What was I talking about in the introduction today? Some people were probably like, whoa, that was very factual, interesting. And you know, that's okay. I totally get it. Last night, I was on, I guess I somehow went on Instagram really quick. Because my wife and I were at that Friday night bites thing. And really quick, guys, you know, this was something I ran across. Teran, you might have seen this, and if you didn't, that's cool. If they come at us, they're stupid. I'm sorry. But this was a graphic that they made, was absolutely amazing. Max Preps shared this. And this is one of the coolest things in the world. Because again, I am not trying to be a dream killer here, but I'm just saying, for all you young athletes out there who find us entertaining and check us out and listen in, we appreciate you guys. But I just want to give this message because, yeah, Max Preps, I don't care. Come at us. I'm showing a graphic on our screen. Okay, whatever. But this is one of the coolest things I've ever seen somebody post. So I legit took a screenshot of it, cropped it, and we're putting it here. Because look at that, guys. Look at those odds. And what I love is the bottom message there. If you're lucky enough to be one of the 6.5% to become an NCAA football player, and one of the 1.5% of the group to make it to the NFL, you'll be lucky to get 3 years out of it. That's the truth. At a minimum salary, you won't make enough to live on for the rest of your life. What's going to provide for you and your family after football is over? Your college education. And guys, you're talking to a bunch of education right here. Just being real, okay? You're talking to a guy with a master's over here, a BA and a master's. You're talking to a guy down here who has a BA, and you're talking to a guy who has a dual master's, and I almost went on to a doctorate, but it just wasn't going to be worth it for me, so I just said, screw it, I'm not going to do that. But and a teaching credential over here. And you know what? We're all doing pretty well. We're all able to support and provide. And at the end of the day, guys, that's what really does it. Did we love our sports growing up? Yes. Did we play? You're damn right. Did some of us get to a, whatever level? I'm not going to throw out my story or whatever, but I will say, of course, but it wasn't to be. At the end of the day, this is what did. So young athletes out there, before we start this process, again, this is a dream, and we all want we want to talk about you on the show and everything. But at the end of the day, guys, please have that fallback plan and use this thing first, because that is what's going to provide. Am I right, gentlemen? I just wanted to throw that out there before we started today's show.
For sure, 100%. Take advantage of that education and get something useful for sure. Like you said, I mean, you put the number 150, like of those. And by the way, don't forget, of that 150, some of them might come from other sources. too. Like, think of how many
Mhm.
guys in the league didn't play American high school football.
Yeah.
And so that 150, not all of that is even from the 1 million.
Mhm.
So yeah, definitely have a fallback plan and take advantage of that education.
Please, because it's huge. It's helping us all right now. Okay, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing, guys, if we didn't have the college education. I'll tell you right now. I know I definitely wouldn't have my job and our crib and all this wonderful, nice stuff because that's what that's what college gets you. So, what's going on to our boy Neil? Man, his favorite time of year, draft week. Well, without further ado, guys, let's get on into it. And well, you know what's going to be fun today? I'm going to be changing things around a little bit. And what does that mean? Well, not that I really want to do this because I feel like I'm going to infect our awesome show. But we're going to be changing colors, and those colors could only be the colors of a team who I actually really hate, and unfortunately I'm stuck with them for the rest of my gosh damn life. Ladies and gentlemen, the Las Vegas Raiders are on the clock. We're going to get through this thing today and have ourselves some fun. But what are we doing? Let's see it. Who's picking who? I am excited because, well, I'll be putting up our lovely little polls now. Yeah, we got polls. So this is a fun little thing here. Do you like the draft moving around the country each year? Tell us. Let us know in the chat. Yes or no? Tell us. Let us know what you think. I mean, what do you think, Teran? What do you think? Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it.
What do you think? What do you think, Mike? Do you like it moving around the country, or do you
Yeah,
like it
I
back at
like
Radio
it.
City
I
Music
mean,
Hall?
it's kind of, the Super Bowl moves around every year and it gives different cities different opportunities to host. And, there's also a pretty good financial benefit, I believe, from everybody traveling in, the tourism, and obviously the couple nights of, local businesses getting a
Experience.
large infusion. And different cities are going to bring different twists to it. I remember a few years ago when it was in Nashville, it was a giant block party basically in Nashville, right down the main strip with all the bars and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It was a party. And I like, Radio City Music Hall in New York. Like, that was always fun, tradition, all that jazz. But changing it up it's good too. I like it. I just hope it would come somewhere relatively near me in North Carolina at some point. So that, or even, if it got to DC, that's only 4 hours. I could make that happen, something like
It could be
that.
better. No, I'm totally with you. I think it's pretty cool, man. I know that was in Vegas, just
Yeah,
recently,
I
but
think it should. Every city should get a chance. Every
it'll
city
be
in the
cool.
NFL should get at least one chance.
It'll be pretty cool. Yeah, look at this here, Neil. Absolutely gives people that outside. Yeah, exactly, exactly. This is something super cool. I'd love to see it in Charlotte. Well, it might be coming to Charlotte soon.
Yeah, I'd make that 2.5 hour trek to Charlotte for sure to go to the NFL draft. Meet you there.
That'd be
Meet you
fun.
there, Neil.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Our Panthers fan here. Glad, yes, move it around. This gives Northern States an opportunity to host since we can't host. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's true. You will never get a Super Bowl in the North. I mean, I would love a Super Bowl, honestly, up there. Yes, I would. A blizzard. I want a blizzard Super Bowl, but I know it wouldn't be accurate. So, but it would be fun. It would be fun. So, oh yeah, you got Neil all hyped up down here, guys. Let's get it into our picks, man. We got so much to get to today. It's going to be a lot of fun. And, well, while I'm having fun with our little polls up here, I just want to put this up here because, well, it's something that I feel, will this be what we think it'll be? Let's check it out. Is Mendoza the number one no-brainer pick? So let's start things out here and get going with these idiots. I'm sorry, I don't care. Until the day they start doing something, I'm going to actually still brag on them and whatever. But the Las Vegas Raiders are on the clock. This is it, guys. They got a chance for a quarterback, but they also need like everything else from every position on the field. I don't know. I'm gonna give Kubiak a chance, but we also need a GM. We need an owner. We need a lot of things. I wish we could draft an owner. That'd be great. But we can't. That'd be nice. What do you guys think? Mike, you are the man. Start us off. What you got?
Well, and I think there are probably about 6 or 7 teams around the NFL to where if they had the number one pick, this would be a no-brainer pick. And I do think, assuming that the Raiders stay put, this will be their pick at number one, would be Fernando Mendoza. However, there are a couple of different things the Raiders have to evaluate. And by the way, for mock draft purposes, that is my pick, is Fernando Mendoza. You know, First, could they get a decent haul in a trade back if somebody like, say, the Jets or the Cardinals, or maybe a team even a little bit further down the rankings who needs a quarterback wanted to offer, a good package to make the move. Like Larry said, the Raiders have a ton of needs across the roster. And you also have to look at this division. Denver was just one unfortunate injury and a really snowy championship game away from the Super Bowl. The Chargers are doing really well. They have their quarterback, and if their offensive line can improve just a little bit, they're a legitimate contender. And the Chiefs, with Mahomes and Andy Reid, they're not staying down for long. So realistically, what would be the Raiders' chances of competing this year, even with Mendoza? Is there an argument for them to trade back, have another tank year, let Kirk Cousins get battered around for a year, and then get their quarterback next year in what promises to be a much deeper, potentially more talented class? That's the only reason why I would say this is not a no-brainer pick, is because there is the potential of that trade back for another team that would think it's a no-brainer pick, and then they focus on the future. If they stay put, though, there's no reason to think that this would not be Fernando Mendoza. It's one of their biggest needs on the roster. He's the best player at the position, one of the top 5 or 6 prospects in the draft. The only possibility would be a trade.
Totally agree. Teran, what do you think? Do you agree with this, or are we going somewhere else?
Yeah, I agree to that. That's a very valid point, but I think the Raiders need their quarterback of the future. I think he's going to be learning under Kirk Cousins. I don't think Kirk Cousins is going to be starting on day one. I mean, maybe he will. I think we're going to see Fernando Mendoza, if the Raiders want to draft him, develop a little. But honestly, I think Mendoza is expected to be the number one pick. If the Raiders don't go with Mendoza, then I imagine they're going to be getting a trade haul, or they're going to be addressing something else. But for me, I think it's kind of a instant no. Okay, maybe not instant no-brainer, but still, I think it's still an obvious pick that Mendoza goes to the Raiders. So I think that would be the wisest of the wise pick.
Yeah, I mean, it's the truth. What do you say? What do you do? What do you say? Look, just my thoughts, and yes, this is also my first pick as well, because, well, number one thing, I don't know. I'm telling you, the Raiders can pick whoever they want to and still manage to win 5 games. I have lost all faith, and that was like 10 years ago. So imagine now a person who's lost all faith in the team 10 years later gets losing more faith, even though you can't lose any more faith. It's pretty crazy, right? But that's where we are as Raider fans, and that's it. Regardless, we still like to rep this stupid team. So the logic, the Raiders need a permanent answer, okay, for the post-Devontae Adams era, the post-Derek Carr era, right? Mendoza's coming off a legendary 15-0 season where he threw for 3,535 yards and 41 freaking touchdowns in college. Pretty darn impressive. He was the Heisman heartbeat of that Indiana team. He dominated his Pro Bowl, or his Pro Day, not Pro Bowl yet, even though the Pro Bowl doesn't mean anything anymore. He dominated his Pro Day, showing elite velocity on, everything from basic to intermediate throws. This guy was really, really good. And this guy has totally been, he's been strong. He's looked good. He's been prepared to like a more athletic Matt Ryan, which is pretty funny. And after winning the national championship, his leadership is just, it's the intangible the Raiders can't ignore. So yeah, guys, so without going on forever, because I did, want to make sure that we can make our picks and rationales as quick as we can to get through all of these picks today. That's it. Short, sweet to me. I wrote little paragraphs for me to actually read, so I'm not going on and adding more things. But yeah, guys, I think this is for sure. Yeah. See, look at, here we go. Glenn even says Mendoza is their future at the quarterback position. Again, I don't know if the Raiders even have a future. I mean, they're going to be a team still, but winning, I don't know about that. But regardless, let's hope the young man can do something, and for his sake, please, something good happen. For the Raider fans' sake, I guess, we just go with whatever happens because we're dumb and don't go anywhere else. Anyway, so there's the Raiders for you. I think that's the number one overall consensus pick. So, any other last comments, you guys, before we switch on over to number 2?
I mean, I agree. I think, you get the number 1 pick, it's your opportunity to take a quarterback. And Fernando Mendoza is a very solid prospect as well. This is not like what people have said in the past about other quarterbacks, that it's a courtesy pick because of the important position. He's also a very good prospect as well. You mentioned his senior year. I don't think it would be a bad thing to have him sit behind Kirk Cousins just a little bit. But to Teran's point, I think there's also a good possibility that he could just start right away and just kind of get into the rhythm there.
Totally agree. Totally agree. And again, hey, good thing. Kirk Cousins, we'll see what happens, but at least there's some kind of insurance there. I don't know. Maybe we'll win 7 games. Maybe 7. Hey, that's shooting high for a Raider fan. All right, next up, guys, we have the New York Jets on the clock. This one's fun because they're basically the Raiders of the East. I mean, that's just kind of what they do. Mike Bat, start us off, good sir. What you got, who you got, why you got?
Well, the good news is the draft hasn't quite gotten chaotic yet. To me, this is really down between 2 players, and really it was almost assuredly a one specific guy, Arvell Reese, edge slash linebacker out of Ohio State. However, recently the trending has been, and you look at, Vegas sets odds for these picks, and there was a massive change in the odds for David Bailey, edge player out of Texas Tech, not that long ago. So maybe the odds makers know something that, behind the scenes that the public hasn't seen yet. I'm still leaning Reese, partially because the Jets canceled their meeting with David Bailey earlier this week, which means they've either 100% decided that he's the guy or 100% decided that he's not the guy. So I'm still going to go with the Reese. The Jets have a ton of high draft picks over the next 2 years because of the trades they made this past season, Quinnen Williams, Ahmad Gardner. So they can afford to use some of those picks to go for a really high upside guy who needs some development. Reese has probably the most potential of any player in this draft. He's got the size and the length to rush off the edge. He's got the athleticism to drop into coverage. He can set versus the run. There just needs tuning. And maybe there were questions about the production, but he also played on Ohio State defense that has 4 first-round picks on it. So, not everybody's going to eat in that case. But I think, you go for the upside guy. You go for the guy who you can use as a Swiss Army knife player on that defense that needs playmakers after last year for sure. So I have Arvell Reese here.
This is a good pick. I'm totally with it. I'm not going to, steal Terran's thunder here, but what do you got, Terran? What do you think?
I actually have Sonny Styles. I mean, Jets, for the Jets, I think their defense, no matter who they pick at number 2, their defense needs to be bolstered. I think their defense is completely bad, and they need an upgrade defensively no matter who they pick. So I think they're going to pick anyone defensively, but I actually am going to go with Sonny Styles. I think it kind of fits the Jets' defense perfectly. And the Jets need to have a home run hit in terms of their number 2 overall pick, because if they don't, then they're still it's going to be Groundhog Day for them. And they're still going to be mediocre again.
Yep. I mean, back to the Raider thing, right? Good pick there. Honestly, that's a good pick. I'm also going to Arvell Reese. The Jets traded away, veteran pass rush depth. The spring, Reese is a hybrid freak who clocked a 4.47 40, 241 pounds. Dude is solid. 69 tackles, 6.5 sacks this past year. And at the combine, his violence with his hands was absolutely insane. That was the talk of the scouts watching the combine, and he's strong, man. He's strong with overall, and the guy is a freaking nature. I think he'd be a great pick for the Jets.
There we go.
I was like, crap, I thought we lost him, but I was like, oh no. Over here tweeting and stuff and everything. So yeah, I think it's Bailey. Oh, that's a good the Jets just canceled their top 30 even. Oh no. Do you think it'd be Bailey? What about this little this is a good topic right here. What do you think? What do you think, Mike?
I think to me, it's between the 2. I think it would be between Bailey and Reese at this point. Anybody else would be a little bit of an outlier to me, because, but I like Bailey more than Reese. This pick is more based off of, like I said, the odds and kind of what the intel has been around the league.
Yeah, I could see that. That's actually that's actually solid. I mean, yeah, and then Teran, I mean, obviously with Styles, I can see that because, well, let's just say he's going to be coming up pretty close and, coming up close in my draft coming up, but Jets almost can't miss with either Reese Styles or Bailey. I completely agree.
For sure.
You got to pick one of those guys. And unfortunately,
if they pick someone offensively, it better be someone good.
Yeah,
don't be
for
stupid.
sure. With who is on the board offensively, I agree. You better hit that pick because you're passing on some premier defensive talent to get it.
It's so I just feel bad for whichever of them ends up in Arizona. Well, I know. It's okay. I feel bad for any of these guys who end up on these teams, these poor teams. I just, hey, they're there. They're happy. They're going to get a career, but yeah. Anyway, Teran, we'll be talking about these teams all year long, sadly. So, alrighty, guys. Well, let's go ahead and switch it up yet again because who is next? Well, it's those Arizona Cardinals. Of course it is. And this team, again, these guys, just another team who's just had better days. Have they? Actually, yeah, they had a couple better days. I was going to say, they may have never had good days, but okay, never mind. They have had a few good days in their lives. Pick number 3, you guys. The Arizona Cardinals are on the clock. This is, I don't know. This is, again, these are kind of no-brainer picks, these first picks, but Mike, what you got for us?
So, first of all, side comment, depending on the Cardinals fan you talk to, which we've met a couple on this network, no, they've never had any good days.
Yeah,
but
I like that.
Right. So to me, this is where the draft really starts. This is where things really start to get interesting. The Cardinals are pretty much an open book. They could go a number of different directions here, including guys we've already talked about. To me, I think with the best value on the board still at a position of need, and that to me is David Bailey, edge out of Texas Tech. The Cardinals had 0 pass rush outside of Josh Sweat last year. I think he had 12 of their 30 sacks. And if you're averaging less than 2 sacks a game in the NFL, then you're not getting the pass rush enough. So I think they should just go with the best pin your ears back and go pass rusher in the draft. Super productive, incredible athlete. Maybe not a 3-down player right away. He might have to develop a little bit, especially with his body being only 250 as an edge player in the NFL. He might get run at a little bit. But to me, if you're gonna have this pick, then you go for, to me, the best player available who also fills a need, and that's Bailey.
I like that. What you got for us, Teran?
I actually went with Francis Mauigoa. I think offensive line help is much needed for the Cardinals. I feel that in a division where you have the Rams that have a really good defense, the Seahawks that have a really darn good defense, and the 49ers that have a really, really good defense, you're going to need to protect your quarterback no matter who it is. So I went with Francis Mauigoa just for that reason.
Good pick. This is Reese for me, Glenn says. I could see that. Hey, I mean, again, you can't really screw these up. And if you do, you're the Raiders. But yeah, no, I'm with you guys. Yeah. This is going to be Sonny Styles for me. Arizona's run defense they were crap. Last year, Styles is 6'5", old school thumper, modern speed. I mean, he's posted 82 tackles last season and then broke the combine with a 43.5 vertical. Dude is insane, man. This is the highest ever for a backer. That's amazing, right? His pro day confirmed he can cover tight ends 1-on-1. And he gives the Cardinals like that alpha defender that they haven't had since like Patrick Peterson, maybe. I mean, I know they got Buddha, and I know Buddha, he really is the dog on that defense, but you kind of need some more of that. I mean, you look at all these great defenses. Look at that 08 Giants team. Tuck, Umanira, okay, Antonio Pierce. You kind of need a lot of dudes back there, okay? Look at the Ravens, okay, when they won in 13. Ed Reed, Ray Lewis. I mean, you need but it's not just 1 or 2 dudes. This is not baseball where you can have a star pitcher, okay? And don't get me wrong, I love baseball to death, then you need everybody. But my gosh, he's got a really good arm. He'll win the game by himself. I mean,
Yeah.
Plus or minus a few catches in the outfield. You know what I mean? But
Pretty much.
you need that guy though. This is again, everything's a team sport. But let's go look really small. This isn't boxing. It's not tennis, and it's not golf. Okay, there we go. Or UFC. You know what I mean? You need a lot of guys, and even though those need teams too. But yeah, I agree, guys. That's pretty big. So okay. With that said, I think solid stuff there all around. And yeah, I love it so far, guys. So again, thank you for joining us all, everybody, here on our special mock draft edition of 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We got the first 3 picks down. And well, we are currently in the NFC West. Now, we're going to take ourselves over to that AFC. That poor, weird, awkward AFC South. I'm sorry. And if anybody disagrees with that, that's okay. But I guess that's how I feel. I'm sorry. And we're going to throw up that baby blue or whatever the hell it is. And we're going to talk a little Tennessee Titans. So 4th overall pick. This is interesting. The Tennessee Titans. Mike, who you got?
Yeah, so the Titans kind of similarly with the Cardinals. I thought there were a number of different directions they could go here. By the way, side note for the Cardinals, the other players who I was debating for them were your guys' picks. So I could see them going any one of those 3 directions. And I could see the Titans going with any one of those guys as well. But again, for this one, I'm going back to the rumor mill. I'm going back to what people are saying, not what I'm thinking. And what people are saying around the league is that this pick is likely going to be Jeremiah Love, running back out of Notre Dame. Very talented player. All of the physical tools you want. And I feel like he's not getting talked about enough when because he's a running back. But I mean, I don't know what more you want out of a running back. 6 foot, 215, sub 4.40, ability to catch out of the backfield, ability to block even, not that they used him that way in Notre Dame. But this guy is an absolute dynamite player. And I just think, Tennessee has a history of amazing running backs. Eddie George, Chris Johnson, CJ 2K, Derrick Henry. So I think, in terms of getting another great running back, I don't know if they would necessarily pass up on that opportunity. There are other areas of need that are probably bigger that they could address. I could very easily see Mauigoa or Styles here, but the rumor mill saying, and I think it's got to be very enticing for Tennessee to go with Jeremiah Love.
That is, to me, that's huge. Taryn, do you agree, or who else you got? You've been a little bit different.
I actually agree. I think Jeremiah Love will be the number 4 pick for reasons being that the Titans need to build around Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward didn't have the weapons that he had going into his rookie year. So I think if he has more tools to work with, I think that the Titans can be a much better team than last year. Plus, I think their run game from last year wasn't really great with Tony Pollard. So I think with Jeremiah Love, their run game gets even better.
I totally agree. And look at the comments here. Yeah, amazing running back. Yeah, I agree, man. This is huge. And I do believe here, Neil just pouring it on here. Tate Marfinek's responsible and also improves that offense. No, totally agree. Jeremiah Love for the Titans. We have our Titans fan in the building right now, Mr. Davison Crooks. I think it's Love just because they added so much on the defensive side. Good stuff. So, guys, I think, same here. Totally all in agreement. I'm not going anywhere else but Jeremiah Love. And come on, really, like, can you go any other direction? I mean, really, the Titans need everything they can possibly get right now to hold on to. But this is a guy that I don't care if you need an entire defensive line, you shouldn't pass up on him, because with the Titans moving to a more explosive, Brian Callahan offense, they need a home run hitter, right? So Love, 1,372 rushing yards, 18 touchdowns last year. He's a natural pass catcher. I love how you bring up the pass blocking, like 280 receiving yards. Scouts at the Senior Bowl noted his electric spin move. I mean, dude's out there looking like Barry, maybe Gale. Okay. I mean, don't even bring up sweetness, Walter Payton. I mean, the dude, he's got great feet. He can move. He can pick him up and put him down. So he's the perfect modern running back to pair with Cam Ward. So I agree that that's a great pick. That'd be wonderful. Yeah, but don't sleep on. Oh, hey. I don't know. I mean, it is. Do you think it could be? Real quick, Mike, what do you think? Carnell Tate.
That would feel a little rich for Tate for my blood, but he's right. I mean, Tennessee needs a wide receiver. And in this draft, where there's only a handful of what people would call blue chip prospects, to a certain extent, I could see teams just taking their guy. And I think, Neil did make a good point. It is more financially responsible, especially with some of these contracts that some of these receivers are getting, to get a receiver who you would only have to pay. I don't know what the fourth pick would get, maybe about $10 million a year this year over the next 4 years on his contract. So that there's sound logic in that as well. Doing the fiscally responsible move.
Totally understood. Totally get you. And yeah, I agree there. So good stuff, everybody in the chat. Keep them coming. Thank you very much. Well, guess what? We are now moving in to pick number 5 of the draft. And we're just I love it. We're keeping a good tempo. We're doing it. It's time to trade in the baby blue for a little darker blue. And well, it's all our resident Commanders fan does not really care for this blue very much, but we're going to talk about him anyway. The New York Giants are on the clock, 5th pick. What about these guys, man? I mean, this is a good one, Mike. What do you got?
I hate this because this would be a fantastic pick, and I would hate that the Giants would make this pick because it would mean that they're smart, although they did draft very smart last year as well. I have the Giants taking Sonny Styles. I have them kind of like you said earlier, Larry, getting that dog in the middle of their defense is really what they lack. They have phenomenal pass rush. They are starting to put things together on the back end, but what they really lack in the middle is that guy who can step in and really lead and just make plays all over the field. He would terrify the Commanders for the next decade plus. To me, he's one of 3 players in this class who I think could step in and by the end of their rookie year, be top 6 or 7 in their position in the league. One of them was Jeremiah Love, by the way, as well, who we just talked about. The third one we're going to get to for me in a few picks, but I have Sonny Styles here.
I like that. Good pick. Who you got there, Teran?
I mean, Sonny Styles actually went earlier for me, but this is where Arvell Reese gets drafted. I think any defensive pick would be great for the Giants. I think, especially if Dexter Lawrence does hit the market, but I think Arvell Reese would be the best choice defensively on the board, just because the Giants need to have a better defense. I mean, they have some good pieces defensively, but it's just all about improving the defense and keeping up with the Joneses in the division, aka the Eagles.
No,
and
totally.
Also the Commanders when healthy.
Yeah, and this is good too. I mean, again, look at where we got our mixtures here. Glenn says I think the Giants will go with Styles, and I mean, honestly, that's you can't really go wrong this early. Personally, guys, I am going to just say here, Jackson Dart needs a bodyguard, man. Francis Muyaga to me is the guy. He cleared his medical, his medical recheck for his back, and he's officially a go. He only allowed 2 sacks on 826 snaps last year. And this is huge because the dude is solid, man. I mean, the Giants are done with the revolving door at tackles, I would hope, at this case. I mean, he, again, only allowed 2 sacks. He's a massive human. I mean, he's got his hands are gigantic. I forgot the measurements, but they're freaking gigantic. He's a big dude, man. His pro day broad jump was elite. All right. Huge. I mean, for a 300, I know I didn't even get the measurement, but I know he freaking jumped like long distance, 330 pounds. That's a lot of explosiveness to move that. You know what I mean? To move that kind of weight. So he's a plug and play.
10 and 5/8 inches, by the way, on the hands.
Gosh, yeah. Again, massive hand. He's a big dude, man. And at the end of the day, guys, in a league where you just need 3 seconds, that's all you need. 3 seconds to throw the ball. I mean, my gosh, just get a huge person to just get in his way. You know what I mean? Just get in somebody's way with fast feet. I mean, so again, This guy's a monster. To me, this would be a great pick here for these guys. But again, all great picks across the board. I don't think the Giants can go wrong with any of those picks because they're the Giants. I mean, is there any other reason? I'm sorry, but that's kind of where we are with those guys right now. Again, each of those teams that we just talked about in that top 5, all horrible, all needing everything. And well, I mean, hey, these are all good starts. So, so all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and just keep it pushing. Again, we're running off and running. Here we go, guys. Moving on over to that color. Who's that? Who's that? The Cleveland Browns. What? Who are these guys? Hey, I'm watching Draft Day right now. Look, there's Kevin Costner. Anyway, so yeah, Cleveland Browns. Oh no. All right, Mike, take us away.
Well, the Browns, kind of like what we said about some of these other teams, man, they just need more talent, right? They just need to get more guys in there. 2 first-round picks as well. So a lot to build with. This is where I have Francis Mauigoa going. This might not necessarily be the best fit because they did make some moves at guard and they did trade for Titus Howard. But, Mauigoa said, and at the combine, he said, look, whoever drafts me, wherever they want me to play, I'll do it. I'll give it a shot. And I like that because it allows you to just put your best 5 guys on the field. I think the Browns are going to take multiple picks on the offensive line. And I think, a guy like Mauigoa, who, like you said, just rock solid, just a really good player. You can put him at right tackle. I think he'd have good success. You could put him at guard. I think you would have success there as well, just because of his massive size. And it would be a massive upgrade for a Browns offensive line that's seen a ton of turnover, and a team that doesn't necessarily always make the logical pick. See 2025 draft trading back and passing on Travis Hunter. but I think occasionally they do make a good pick. And so I'm going to go with Mauigoa here as their solid pick.
Good pick. All right, Teran, what you got?
I have the Browns taking Carnell Tate. I think Shedeur Sanders or whoever they roll with at quarterback needs offensive support. I feel that this Browns team doesn't have that big offensive weapon for Shedeur Sanders. So I think Carnell Tate would be perfect for the offense. They need some sort of offensive improvement in order to have success because they have a great defense, in my opinion. I just think that the offense just needs to get upgraded.
Yeah, and that's solid. That's solid. Neil playing some catch up here with Styles stuck in Scottsdale. I've got Downs going to the Giants. Okay, cool. We have here Glenn. I'm going Carnell Tate as well for the Browns. Ditto. Yeah, good pick, guys. Overall, I think he'd be pretty solid there. Going with my pick for the Cleveland Browns, I actually got David Bailey. Why? Why do I have David Bailey? Number one, you can't really go wrong because you got Myles Garrett already. Okay, the Browns need to maximize Myles Garrett while he can still play the game. Okay, so my logic is Bailey led the nation with 14.5 sacks last year. He has a bend it, like Beckham type deal. The guy is a freaking amazing. He has amazing ability to get around the edge. He was the best. Or personally, I don't know. How can I say this? He was the biggest winner at the Senior Bowl. He really was. I want to say the best overall. I mean, look, you can say a lot of guys were the best, right? But he was the biggest winner at the Senior Bowl, though, because consistently he dominated the one-on-ones, man. This guy played really well. His motor is relentless. He's a big motor guy. And this makes him the perfect bookend for good old Myles Garrett. We love to talk about the offensive line bookends, but what about on the defensive line? This dude's a beast, man. So I'm just saying, screw it. You know what I mean? If your offense sucks, it sucks. But if nobody else can score, that's kind of nice. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, give your crappy offense a chance. That's really sad. But of course, I would go the defensive route, right? But I'm just saying, this would be big. So anyway, thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I think if Bailey's there, I mean, it couldn't hurt to pair Myles Garrett with David Bailey. I do think, The question with the Browns, do they have their quarterback? Is their quarterback currently on the roster, or will their quarterback be
Yeah.
coming to the team in 2027? And I think, do you start building now? Do you focus on the defense and give whoever comes in the future a really good defense to help them build a good offensive line? How do you want to build this team moving forward? I think
Yeah.
is the big question for this front office, especially with having 3 picks in the top 40.
Good stuff. And Browns go offense. Okay, cool. Again, I just felt, I mean, they probably will, but I don't know. To me, that'd be a fun gamble to take. But okay, guys. Well, this banner's going down, and there's another one coming up right now. He's already making the gesture. Here we go, guys. Let's trade in that really awkward orange for a team that calls themselves the Browns. And trade it in for a color that Mike is very fascinated with. It's a wine color, and Mike loves a good wine. Here we go.
Also a wine region as well.
Look at that.
Burgundy.
Do we see? Are we learning here, guys? Are we learning? God, I miss the show. I miss it. As a matter of fact, we're going to get some wine today, actually. Going to one of our awesome wineries in Temecula here. Okay, I'm looking forward to that in the wine country. But yes, here it comes, guys. The Washington Commanders. Oh, yeah. This is going to be fun. Mike, take it away.
Okay, so there are 3 guys who I would love to see drop to the Commanders here at 7. Unfortunately, I have those guys going 3, 4, 5. So I don't have any of them here available. There's lots of different theories, lots of different, people predicting things. I look to how this team has built their roster this offseason. They've heavily addressed the defensive front. They've heavily addressed safety. They've addressed the O-line. They've made different moves at different places. One spot that was a glaring weakness last year that they haven't addressed very well, and it might even have been intentional, is the cornerback position. And so for that reason, I have them taking Mansour Delane out of LSU. This guy he's the best corner prospect in this draft. You could argue Jermod McCoy pre-injury might have been better, but the injury does kind of scare me a little bit with him. But he has a chance to be the lockdown number 1 guy that the Commanders don't really have at the position. They have a good solid boundary corner in Trey Amos. They have a guy who should probably be moved back to the slot full time in Mike Sanderstill. And they signed Amik Robertson, who can play kind of different spots, but he's not that guy. They need that guy. And without a second-round pick, they don't pick again until 71. If you're going to address a position, you need to address a position where you need that guy. And that's why I think corner makes sense for them here. And that's why I have them going Delane.
That's actually a really nice pick. I like that a lot. Mike. Dylan Brooke has a fun little comment here. Dallas is going to trade up for the Browns pick. What do you think?
Well, I mean, it depends on who. I mean, I guess if they're really gunning for Caleb Downs would make sense, or if one of the other premier defensive players, maybe if Sonny Styles was still on the board, I could see that as well. I think it would depend who is still there if they were to make that pick, because it might cost them a good amount. Don't forget, this team gave up multiple or has moved around a lot of picks with trading Micah Parsons and then trading for Quinnen Williams. So they don't have the best draft capital in the world to be jumping up and down. That would be really interesting to see.
Wouldn't it? That'd be crazy. All righty. Yep, Caleb Love to the Commanders. Okay, I see that. I can see that, Glenn. All right, who you got, Teran?
I have Jordan Tyson going to the Commanders just because in case the Commanders lose some of their guys to free agency, their receivers, top receivers to free agency, I think Jordan Tyson would be a great addition for Jaden Daniels. I think they got to get younger instead of having more experience, because I think they went too all in with that whole experience and getting a bunch of old guys thing, except for Daniels. So I think for the Commanders, they kind of got to get a little younger and then have that youth. So why not have a younger wide receiver for Jordan Tyson?
That's actually very logical. Good stuff there. Overall, guys, my pick here for the Washington Commanders. This is where I see Carnell Tate going. Yeah, Jaden Daniels needs a Z receiver. I mean, he does. This guy can create a lot of separation. He is a master technician who got 13 passes last year. He's 6'2" and plays even bigger in the red zone. And at his pro day, he ran a route so crisp that the scouts called him like pro ready right now. He is a safety blanket for this offense right now, but it's what they're missing, in my opinion. So again, we can go all different kinds of ways, but that's where I feel. I don't know, Mike, that's your team. How you feeling?
Look, I'm not going to object to a wide receiver. I would love some more weapons for Jaden Daniels. And in all reality, there's probably, even with the way my board fell out, probably still 3 or 4 directions they could go. So it's still very, very much up in the air at this point.
Definitely. And yeah, I mean, we're talking about a team who fell from grace, man. The Commanders 2 years ago were just they're the darling, the sweetheart. They're the team that we were just all cheering for because like, oh my gosh, you love to see that dark horse, the team that just makes it. And then they just completely fell on their face the next year. So this year it's like, will it be a loop? You know what I mean? We'll see. Hopefully we'll see, but I don't know. Let's see if this wave completes. They were up and they went down. Let's see if they go back up again. So that's huge. Solid stuff there, guys. We are making our way to the 8th pick right now. And all right, well, this is kind of funny because even though I wouldn't call it, 100% correct here, because Mike will correct me for sure on this, we're going to trade in this wine color for yet another type of wine color. This is maybe a dry. This is a white. Nice little, I'm just saying, but we're going down to the Bayou to New Orleans because they have themselves the number 8 overall pick. All right, Mike, what you got?
So this is actually where I have Carnell Tate going right here. The Saints they've actually done a really good job of getting themselves out of cap hell that they've been in for the past several years. And they've actually built a pretty well-balanced team through and through. And I think they almost kind of surprised themselves a little bit last year by getting Tyler Shuck and having him actually be a decent NFL quarterback. Maybe they think they have that guy, and if you have that guy, you need to then help that guy. And they have one good receiver in Chris Olave, very good receiver. Their rest of their team receiving core some question marks there. So why not go out and get him another fun weapon, a guy with surefire hands, a guy that runs crisp, clean routes, a guy who even next to arguably one of the greatest wide receiver prospects of the past decade was still able to shine at Ohio State. I would have them going Carnell Tate.
That's a good pick. Again, you can't go wrong with this guy personally for any of these teams in the top 10. Teran, who you got?
Yeah.
I actually have the Saints going David Bailey. I think the Saints defense needs a little bit of an improvement, especially since I think their league or their division is pretty interesting to say the least. I mean, they obviously have one of the more not so great divisions in the league, but I think David Bailey would be the best available just because I think it fits. If it would fit the Brandon Staley defense well. So I think David Bailey fits that defense perfectly, and I think it would be a home run hit for the Saints to get a player like that because he's probably best available.
Yeah, and that's solid. That's another, again, solid stuff. Glenn Ritter, Ruben Bain for the Saints, for me. That's a pick where a lot of people are going to wonder where he goes. Obviously, lots of things have happened, whatever, but we'll get there. But yeah, no, totally, I could see this as well. I mean, we're moved from the Davenport days. The Cam Jordan deal. I mean, again, they need a pass rusher for sure. I could see this happening as well. So, all right, guys, solid overall. With Glenn on this one, scared Bain will be terrorizing Bryce Young for the next couple of years. Oh no. So, all right, let's go ahead and get this thing going. Back in my direction. So this is actually where I have a guy by the name of Jordan Tyson. What? Yeah, I mean, look, the Saints need to get cheaper. They need to get a cheaper, younger wide receiver here. I mean, Tyson is a vertical threat who averaged nearly 18 yards per catch last year. I mean, he stretches defenses, which will open up the middle for Olave. I mean, look, he blew the roof off the combine, 4.38 40. He's that dude. You know what I mean? He's the deep threat that the Saints have lacked since Ted Ginn, maybe? You know what I mean? Like, it's been a while, like, you know. So overall, again, just, you know, that's where I'm at here. But again, we shall see. So we're just moving right along, guys. I love it. We love the tempo. We're doing well. We're having fun here, getting through it. Now we are here going into pick number freaking 9. And while I'm doing that, any comments on that? Anybody?
I mean, Jordan Tyson's a good player. The question I have, and kind of where he's been polarizing across the league, is the injury history. He did suffer several injuries in college. Who is going to overlook that and take him with a higher pick? Because of that, just a little bit of a like a preview. I have him dropping a little,
Okay.
but could he very easily go top 10 still? Absolutely. He's one of these guys, and we see them every year. There are prospects who could go top 10, could slip a little. Great example, if you want to go back several years, DK Metcalf, when he came out,
That's right.
a lot of people had him in the top 15, slipped all the way into the second round because teams overvalued his shuttle time. So teams weighing the injury risk with Tyson. Could he go top 10? Could he drop to the teens or early 20s even? Something definitely to watch on draft night.
No, totally. Glenn Ritter says, Kenny Sadiq to be the Travis Kelce's replacement. Oh, okay, to be Travis Kelce. Well, we're moving into the Chiefs. I mean, screw it. Here we go, guys. Pick number 9. Yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs from the NFC South to the AFC West. All right, guys, let's go ahead and put the little ticker on Mike. Kansas City Chiefs, pick number 9.
You know, it's funny. We went from the NFC South to the AFC West and basically went due north from New Orleans geographically. But I have Ruben Bain going here. The Chiefs need some edge rush help. This is probably amongst the thinnest I think we've seen the Chiefs roster look top to bottom in a while. They have several needs in this draft. Great thing that they have 2 first-round picks to address those needs. But Bain, another guy. Where does he go? You know, do people weigh the arm length question too much? Do they focus on the college tape and see the production? A very productive player. They certainly need a pass rush help, and Bain is on the board here. But again, this is a team also not used to picking this high since they haven't in several years. So I'll be curious to see where they go, but I have Bain here.
That's solid. Yeah, no overlooked. Oh yeah, New Orleans. No overlooked through shells and injuries. No, true. Chiefs can go a lot of directions.
They did still take him 40th though, in all fairness.
No, they did. Totally true. So yeah, no. So can Chiefs? Yeah, Chiefs can go any direction. They definitely can. Teran, what direction will they go in your opinion?
I think I'm going to go defense, and I have them taking Monsieur Delane just because they did lose some of their corners to free agency. Well, they got a trade in from, but yeah, it was
through your Rams, Teran, if I recall correctly.
Yes, yes, that's correct. So I think boosting their secondary would be big. So give me Monsieur Delane.
I like that. That's actually pretty darn solid. All right, guys. Yeah, they need to push. Yeah, they need a pass rusher to go big job. Yeah, that's actually pretty solid as well. Look, guys, I got these guys taking, of course. This is a fun one for me, but yeah, I got to go Ruben Bain. I'm sorry. Spagnuolo gets his bully. I mean, this is big, guys. I mean, look. He loves heavy ends, right? I mean, this is big. Bain is a physical bully who can slide inside. He can play everywhere. The 0, the 1, the 3. Freaking, he can play a wide 9. I mean, the guy is the monster. You know, he's coming off of a very highly productive year in Miami where he dominated the AAC. Sorry, the AAC. The American League, guys. He was in the American League, the AAC. No, the ACC. He dominated there. His tape shows he doesn't just sack quarterbacks. He obliterates. Okay. He obliterates tight ends, tackles anybody in front of him in the run game. And he's a championship caliber defender who fits that Kansas City mean defensive identity that they've had recently. If the Chiefs do not pick him, they're really dumb. Andy Reid would eat this up, because if he falls that far, I get it. Again, what happened, whatever. But he falls that far and they don't pick him, the Chiefs are really dumb. I'm sorry. But I mean, why would you not pick this guy? I mean, especially on a team who they're thin, but they're still scary. You know what I mean? Like, that's the scary thing. So, all righty, guys. Well, again, from the AFC South now up to the AFC North, trading on in that Chiefs red for little Bengals orange. Yeah, here we go, guys. We got the the Cincinnati Bengals again. Also, Mike here, our resident Baltimore Raven. Yeah. So, Mike, Pat, give it to us. Who you got these guys taking at number 10?
I have a very talented player falling to the Bengals. This defense was terrible last year. It's actually been terrible for the last couple of years. I debated between should they address the defense or should they find more protection for Joe Burrow. I think they could go either direction here. I have them addressing that terrible defense so that they don't try to give up less than 35 points a game. And I have them going with Caleb Downs, safety out of Ohio State. This is the third guy. I said earlier, there are 3 guys in this draft that I thought could be top 6, 7 in their position by the end of the rookie year. This guy is that third guy. He plays all over the field. You watch a tape of Ohio State's defense, he's there. You know, when the play happens, he is there, either making the tackle or about to clean up the tackle if it's not made, making plays on the ball. He makes great plays in coverage. The only reason why I have him dropping this far is because, well, the league doesn't value safeties very highly. As we saw a few years ago, Kyle Hamilton, one of the best safety prospects we've seen in the past decade, dropped all the way to the Ravens at 14. No objections, Your Honor. But, I think Caleb Downs, I think the potential and the way he can impact and help this defense is too much for the Bengals to pass up.
Agreed. I don't think D exists in Ohio. Brian, I mean, hey, good old Brian Francis chiming in. Teran, who you got to the Bengals, man? Good stuff there, Mike.
I've got Jermod McCoy. I think the Bengals secondary also needs some work, and whatever defensive player they get, I think would be beneficial just because their defense is hot garbage. So, but for me, I have been taking Jermod McCoy with the number 10 pick.
Solid stuff. I'm not going to disagree with you. I think that's pretty solid. Yeah, I actually have Mansour Delane going here on the corner from Virginia Tech because Cincinnati is tired of getting burned in the AFC North. I'm sorry, they were so good for just a couple of years, and then they just fell off a cliff. And Delane is a 6'1" lockdown corner with elite ball skills. I see there's a lot of corners I can see in this guy, and he led his team in pass breakups last year, which again just continues to validate the point that he can actually transition pretty well. Corner is one of the quote unquote hardest positions to transfer over to the NFL, and honestly, I think he's probably one of the most ready. So at the Senior Bowl, he was the only corner who could consistently stay in the hip pocket of wide receivers. And I mean, I've watched it, he brings a physical old school edge to the secondary, and I like him. So, I mean, I feel like they could not go wrong with picking him up here. Glenn agrees. I'll take that. Yeah, I could see that. This is big, but realistically, this could be something really big for the Bengals. I'm not gonna say that's gonna fix all their problems, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. Tyson for the Chiefs, Delane for this. Okay. The Mike likes your logic there. So huge stuff. Personally, again, any of those picks couldn't be wrong for these guys. So we are now out of the top 10, guys. We are now into pick number 11. And so far, so good. Again, appreciate all you guys for jumping on in here and for being here today. You guys are amazing. Thank you all for jumping in the chat. Thank you for being a part of the show. And well, now we're going to run over again to the AFC East and put a little teal in our color because we have the Miami Dolphins at pick number 11. Mike, take it away.
So Miami has somehow ended up with 6 or 7. It's just a lot of picks on the first 2 days. So they have a lot to work with. They also have a lot of needs due to their financial situation, having moved on from Tua Tagovailoa. So they could go probably about 15 different directions here, even with the guys that are on the board. Wide receiver has been a very popular pick at this spot. I actually have them going with Spencer Fano, offensive lineman out of Utah. Look, if this guy's arms were an inch and a half longer, he'd probably be in the discussions for the top 5, top 6. The arm length question is the only thing really keeping him down. For a guy, incredible athlete. It's about 6'6", 311, exactly the size you want. Could play in a lot of different positions up and down that offensive line. They do need multiple offensive linemen, I think, with this tranche of picks. And he's a guy, I think he could slot in early at right tackle, potentially guard. Not people have been saying center. The Dolphins don't need a center because Aaron Brewer is really good. But any of those positions, he could be their contingency plan. If young left tackle Patrick Paul regresses, he could be an injury fill-in for Austin Jackson. So there's a lot of different things that he fulfills with this team. And so I think it makes a logical choice. And, all the other needs, they've got all these picks. The question is will any of them be a new quarterback?
And that's the elephant in the room, isn't it? Moving on from Tua. I'm sorry, I hate to say this, but yeah, they needed it. They needed to move on.
Sure.
And well, all the best to Tua moving forward. But okay, Glenn Ritter in the chat here. Ooh, Moigoa, and I screwed up his name earlier. Sorry, but yes, I love this. This could be. I mean, why not? Screw it. I mean, again, the team, you can't really go wrong with the pick for these guys either. Teran, who you got?
I have Omar Cooper being drafted at number 11 just because the Dolphins need wide receiver help. There's nothing more that needs to be said. Their wide receiver room is just bad.
It is bad. It is totally bad. Like disgustingly bad. So no, agreed.
It's pretty darn bad. Yeah,
it's pretty bad. So no, totally agree, guys. I'm gonna go Caleb Downs here. I mean, look, the Dolphins finished 7-10, and they need a defensive general. Downs is the brother of Indy's Josh Downs, right? And 2-time unanimous All-American. I mean, Miami needs that guy, right? He's a coach on the field. He's got elite football IQ. He finished last year 70 tackles and multiple interceptions. I don't know how many interceptions he had, but it was a lot. And his combine performance was very good. It was very, as I heard an expert say, steady and surgical. But he didn't just run fast. He showed perfect footwork in every drill. He's the missing piece to the Dolphins secondary that needs way more communication right now. So again, they can't really screw this pick up. I mean, I feel like the Dolphins are going to be good with whoever they pick, but to me, this would be a really good pick for these guys if they were to land him. So any comments while we're moving on to the next team?
Yeah, no, I mean, if Caleb Downs is on the board, that would be a great pick. Their safety room is also terrible. Their wide receiver room is really bad. There's a lot of needs here. There's a lot of places you could go. To get into foreshadow, when we get to their pick at 30, wide receiver will be that spot for me there. So
love it. Well, with that said, guys, before we go and transition to the next team, I want to remind everybody, we've got 150 people who are listening and chiming in right now. So we thank you guys. Check out our website. Yes, that's right. Check out our little QR code up there. Scan it. Check us out, man. Check out our website, 3and Out, iSportsRadio.com/Serena. You can watch this show live on that page right now. Jump in. If you want to be a part of the team, check us out, man. If you think you could be an insider here, I'm unfortunately the Raiders insider. Yeah, I wonder how the hell I got that job. But Mike Pat running the house over here, man, with the DMV teams doing his thing. Mr. Teran Rodriguez in SoCal with me, but he is having fun with all these awesome SoCal teams. Me, running the football show here, 3 and Out. Mike Pat, the Bullpen Bulletin, covering baseball every Monday night. Teran also running Set Point, or the greatest volleyball show you will ever watch. Okay, Monday evenings with Teran Rodriguez. Join us at the same time all throughout the season, covering high school football, Max Preps, top 100 of high school football, junior college in the 3C2A and in the NJCAA. We follow these guys throughout their whole careers. We cover NAIA, we cover Division III, we cover Division II, we cover FCS, we cover FBS. We even talk the freaking UFL, okay? And, of course, the NFL. Ladies and gentlemen, we cover it all here at IE Sports Radio. And, of course, if you want to be a part of this thing, join the team. Join the team. Fill out our little application. It's our little form, our Google form. Who would you like to represent? Would you like to join a part of the IE Sports Radio team? Yeah, it's an unpaid gig. It's a hobby. It's fun. We enjoy it. Would you like to be a part of any of these shows weekly, be a frequent guest, make videos for us and all that good stuff? Again, fun hobby. We all enjoy doing it. Check us out, man. Check out our QR code right up here. Show us some love, man, and we would love to have you a part of it. And, of course, thank you again for joining in to our show today. This is the 3 and Out mock draft edition. Well, the mock draft edition of 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports, brought to you by Planet Jerky. The jerky that's on a whole other planet. My mouth is burning right now. This is good. I'm saying, it's about to be, at least. Love some jerky. So with that said, you guys, make sure you check all that out. Show some love. Teran, I know you said you probably have to bounce early. Are you still good?
Yeah, I'm still good for a few more minutes. So.
Okay, well, let us know. But, Mike, you and I are still long hauling it here, so let's keep it going, man. We are now into pick number 12. Oh, no. I mean, maybe that wasn't like the best way to, put that out there, but maybe that wasn't the best reaction, for this team. I know they're loved like my stupid Raiders, but there's the Cowboys blue. Here it comes, Mike, your favorite team. The Dallas Cowboys are in the house with pick number 12. All right, who you got?
So actually, it's a guy who was mentioned a little bit earlier, and I see Glenn is copying my picks. I'm going to say he's copying my picks. I'm going to go with Jermod McCoy here. He's a guy he was injured last year for the Titans, has had an excellent pre-draft process to get himself back on the radar. Probably would have been in discussion as a top 10 pick right up there with Delane if he had been healthy all year long. Elite production from the cornerback position. Sticky coverage is the word I've heard to describe it. And if he can overcome that injury and stay healthy, he's going to be a starting cornerback in the league for a very long time. Just a great all-around player. Great size too, if I recall correctly. 6'1", 190. That's what you want from your corner. So yeah, I have Jermod McCoy here.
Beast. That's a great pick. Personally, that's a great pick. I don't know why I didn't have that, but that's a good pick. Great stuff there. Teran, who you got for us?
I got Keldrick Falk, wide receiver, going to the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys need a little bit more wide receiver help, especially if their current wide receivers might be leaving in the near future. So why not get a little younger? Why not build around Dak? Because he's kind of your quarterback of the future. So I think Falk is kind of the ideal pick. Maybe it's an oddball pick, but a curveball. But I think Falk helps out the Cowboys offense.
You say receiver?
Yeah.
So I got Keldrick Falk as well. Maybe it's a different Keldrick Falk, but I got the edge rusher from Auburn. Right, everybody?
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. Keldrick Falk, the defensive end out of Auburn.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah. Okay, so
Teran's probably mixed it up. It's all good.
Yeah, maybe I must have. Yeah, I might have typed up the wrong Falk.
No biggie, bro. It's all good. So yeah, Dallas, hot take from Neil here. Dallas goes for the surprise pick with Jacob Rodriguez. Hey, and
look, he's athletic enough. He could probably, if he trimmed down a few pounds, he could probably play wide receiver. I mean, dude's a freak athlete, so he could probably do it if you trained him up a little bit.
Yeah, dude is a freak of nature, and that's exactly why I have them picking him as well. Yeah, look, the Dallas needs a 4-eye. I mean, they need a dude who can play down in the 0, the 1, as well as. I mean, I think you can move this guy inside too. He's freaking 6'6". Okay, I mean at that freaking height, I mean, my gosh, he's got long enough arms to get separation and at least drive a guy backwards. The guy is freaking solid, man. So yeah, he would be great in Mike Zimmer's scheme. Falk is a 6'6" monster with 34-inch arm span. That is amazing. He's a freak athlete who needs just honestly just pro coaching to unlock his sack numbers. The guy is a disruptor. Dallas loves the lab built freaks, right? And again, massive wingspan. He has that Twitch deal, you know what I mean, to be a double-digit sack guy in Zimmer's system. Look, he has a standout pro day where he showed improvement hand fighting. I love that. He looked really, really good there. And he's really a developmental star kind of guy with a ceiling higher than anyone else in the top 15. So I think he's actually a steal at that pick. And overall, solid stuff there. The Cowboys could do it. I really think, yeah, the Cowboys taking Falk at 20. Oh, yeah, because of course they have multiple picks. So yeah, and of course they probably need a pass rush since they gave away Parsley. They gave him away for a bag of chips. Frito-Lay. So yeah, so with that said, all righty. Well,
I actually do have to scoop out of here. Sorry,
right,
fellas.
Peace out, Teran.
All right. Well, enjoy the show. Hope to see y'all soon.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mike. It's down to us, man. We are here. We were talking Dallas Cowboys. We're here. And again, for anybody who has not seen our really cool banner, I'm just going to move us aside really quick. I mean, come on. I mean, can we please, like, can somebody, anybody out there, show us a little love? I mean, come on, right? Anybody? Come on, somebody. Yeah, oh, thank you. Thank you.
Pause button has made its triumphant return to IE Sports Radio.
It really has. For a few seconds, I was like, they don't love us. I'm just kidding. Anyway, so let me go ahead and let's get away from the team who hears this a lot. Just kidding. Yeah, Cowboy fans do not like us right now. It's okay. Sorry. It's okay. All righty. Well, with that said, thank you. We got a little love. All right, we'll take that. Hey, you gotta love it, right? You gotta have fun for the draft, right? So there we go, guys. All righty. So Cowboys are out at 12. Okay, well, we have them at 12. So we're actually going to be making our way over to the team. And this is crazy. Teran leaves right before one of his teams. But we're heading on over now to the NFC West. And who is that, may you ask? Well, we're just going to go a different shade of blue. It's literally almost the same freaking blue. But here it comes, man. The Los Angeles Rams. All right, Mike, ball's in your court.
So the Rams, there are a couple of key needs. I've seen wide receiver is a popular pick, as Glenn notes. I think they also need a little bit more help on the offensive line. So I actually have them going with Georgia offensive tackle Monroe Freeling here. A guy, he only has one full year of starting experience, I believe, but that one full year was really good, and he's got great athletic upside. I think he might have been built in a lab to play offensive tackle, being 6'7", 315 pounds with 34.5-inch arms. That's almost like when they draw up an offensive tackle, that's how they end up looking. And an incredible athlete as well. I think he steps in immediately in right tackle, which unfortunately might not be the best use of his skills. I think he could be a left tackle, but they need a right tackle, and solidifies that offensive line for the Rams.
Agreed. Nope, totally get it. That would be huge. And that to me would be, I have a little different direction, but I mean, how the hell could you go wrong with that guy? You're totally right. He is the blueprint. They totally use the blueprint to make offensive linemen with him. I totally understand. Yeah, they use that for him. I actually have a guy who is very near and dear to the heart. I love this guy, man. He's such a good player. And I guess, you know what? I think he stays in LA. Who is it? Who is it, Mike? Who is it? It is Makai Lemon. Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. Look, man, how do I explain this? The Rams' offense was number one in the NFC West in scoring last year. They had 518 points, but they want more yak. You know, Lemon won the Blitnikoff. He had a 46% of his yards. I mean, after the catch, that's solid, man. You know, so Dude is solid. I mean, I think like the Rams they need that yards after catch. He has a dynamic. He was totally dynamic for USC, capable of scoring from anywhere on the field. Look, he showed elite start stop quality. Okay, I mean quickness at the combine was solid. He's a McVay type player, versatile, smart, and impossible to tackle in space. I mean, the guy is really good. I mean, maybe not totally impossible, but that would be huge. So yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, Lemon here. Yeah, if Tyson makes this far, yep. Otherwise, Lemon, that would be a good spot for Lemon to the Rams. I totally agree. So yeah, I mean, any of these guys here, I'm totally with it. I mean, Mike, any comments on that while we switch it on up?
Yeah, no, I think wide receiver is a great spot, kind of like with Tyson. Lemon, the on the field production's fantastic. The twitch, the yak, like you said. But it's some of the stuff that has happened since the season, the interviews at the combine. People had a lot of comments. There was a lot of
Yeah,
weird stuff. Have people maybe gotten over that? Have they? He is a player that people are going to overthink. And players who teams people overthink tend to drop a little. And I think that could be the case with Lemon. Also, the arm length, people didn't love that. The hand size, people didn't love that. Some of the peripheral things, are they going to ding them for it? Are they not going to ding them for it? Kind of like with Tyson and the injury history. That's why I had
yeah.
Tate going top 10, because he was the one that I think people had the fewest questions about leaving the combine and leaving some of the pre-draft process.
No, totally. I completely agree. That's solid points there, Mike. Again, that's why we have Mike here, guys. Okay. Again, our Mel Kiper, but with better hair. Let me look at it, guys. Look at it. I almost want to play the I almost want to play the the dodgeball clip with Ben Stiller. It's gotta be the hair cotton, What did he say in there? Feathered and violent, or whatever he said. You know what I mean? A combination you just don't see every day. Like, oh, I'm gonna watch that movie. I don't care. I can watch dodgeball once a day and I'll be fine.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's a good
know,
one.
I want a Globo Gym shirt. I hope they make those. You know what I mean?
Probably somewhere.
They have to, right? Like Globo Gym, we're better than you, and we know it. All right, guys. Well, it's time to switch on over to that dirty purple. Here it comes. And we're going back to the DMV. Pick number 14 with Mike Pat. Of course, our good old DMV insider here. Here it comes, man. Baltimore Ravens coming hot and fast. Mike, this they can go so many directions. What you got?
For sure. They kind of left this roster, I don't want to say a blank slate because there is talent, but they left themselves open to where they could address different positions. They could certainly go wide receiver here. They could certainly add weapons to the offense. They could certainly add, an edge rusher if one of the top guys falls, or maybe a cornerback potentially. But I have them going to the trenches, to how we like to call them, Larry, the hog mollies.
Yeah.
And this guy might be, I don't know if this is a word, but I'm going to use it, the hog molliest of them all, out of Penn State. Even has a great football name, Olavavega Ioane, out of Penn State. Big, beefy offensive guard, does everything well, does everything on the football field you want for a guard. Reminds me a lot of Tyler Booker last year, who went 12th to the Cowboys and instantly came in and locked down a spot in the on the offensive line. Big, brutal. Their guard play was brutal in the opposite direction last year. Two guys who didn't even rank in the top 50 on PFF started at guard for most of the season. Yeah, they went out and they signed John Simpson as a free agent. Big whoop. They have last year's third round pick, Emory Jones. But are you going to rely on piecemealing the interior offensive line that is also now without Tyler Linderbaum? Or are you going to get that guy who could be your best offensive guard since Marshall Yanda, who should be in the Hall of Fame, by the way, side note.
I agree.
I think that's a really tempting option for them, and that's what I have them going. Could it be one of the receivers like the guys are saying in the chat?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Could it be, Kenyon Sadiq out of Oregon would be really interesting. They did lose Isaiah Likely in free
Mm-hmm.
agency, but I have them going with, as I described him, the hog molliest of hog mollies in Ola.
Well, I'm gonna second you on that because that's exactly what I have going. I'm gonna give my rationale on that right now, but I just got to comment on this really quick. If Mekhi Lemon goes to the Ravens, good effing luck stopping this offense this year. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be look, I'll tell you right now, not that this would happen because I don't think they would do this, but if the Ravens were to somehow trade with somebody, somehow, some way, to get another first round pick, okay, and they were to not only get the monster who we both agree with, okay, who we both agree on, okay, Ione from Penn State, but then somehow get Mekhi Lemon, I don't know how you stop this offense. Now you have like extremely good offensive line. You got a solid set of receivers. You got a quarterback who can literally just take off at any given point in time when you think you
Yep.
got everybody covered. And if you want to go ahead and try to lock him up and spy him, guess what's going on? Yeah, he's more than likely going to hit somebody like Lemon, who, when he catches the ball in open space, he's going to get at least like 7 yards. You know what I mean? Like it's insane. Like I mean,
And then if you have all of that somehow covered, what are they going to do? They're going to hand the rock to Derrick Henry, and he's going to run over your whole secondary.
Again, I mean, this is like taking, you know what I mean? Good luck. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
Good
I'm
luck.
sorry. Like, this is it. Like, I'm sorry. That is a stupid offense to stop. Like, I mean, God. In defensive meetings, you're just saying, look, guys, play your 111 to the best of your ability. I mean, what else can you do? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you got to get some plays in there. But what's going on, our boy? What's going on? We haven't seen him in a while, have we?
No. Hey, Alden, how you doing,
Good
sir?
to see Alden jumping in here, man. Good day to you, sir. Thank you for jumping on in. Well, I'm just gonna, be playing piggyback here really fast and just give my quick rationale. But yeah, dude, I own it. How do you not? This guy is a Ravens pick through and through. He's just like a freaking road grader. He loves to punish people in the run game. He's physical, extremely physical presence in Baltimore. It's needed to protect Lamar, right? And he was a Senior Bowl standout for his heavy hands. I mean, how can I explain this? Once he latches on to a defender, the rep is over.
Oh,
Like he's gonna take you somewhere you don't want to go, and that's really it, right? That's what you've heard historically. I forgot what Hall of Famer said that. Was it Jeff Saturday or somebody said that?
mhm.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
right, the art of taking a man from point A to point B against his will. That's, I mean, and this guy has it written all over him. So I mean, he's the dude that, like, yeah, gosh, you can't be afraid to face him. But he's the kind of guy where you're like, all right, who's next? The Raven. Oh, all right, time to go hard and practice as hard as we can. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, not
Yeah.
that you're not going to go hard, but I'm just saying you already know. Here we go. Yep, Ravens are circled. Why? Because that's going to be one hell of a game. That's going to be extremely hard. So I'm excited, man. I think he's going to be a very, very good player wherever he goes. But my gosh, if he goes to the Ravens, that is good. So, all right, Mike. We are just moving through it, man. We got Tampa. So we're gonna go ahead and get through the Buccaneers and the Jets, 15 and 16. Take ourselves a quick little break, and then come on up. We'll take one commercial, and then come back and finish out the rest of 32. So here we go, guys. Thank you for joining us here in our special draft edition here, our mock draft edition of 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio. Your direct feed for all that is sports, brought to you by Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet. It is so good. I'm telling you guys, man, you got to grab you a bag. PlanetJerky.net. Show them some love. They deliver all over the United States, guys. So I have the Buccaneers taking Spencer. Oh, okay. Well, we're going right to the Bucks then. Let's go ahead and switch up the colors. Man, I know Glenn is on it today, but let's go ahead and head on over to that very awkward. And I know, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get some crap for this, but very awkward. Very, very awkward. NFC South there. I'm sorry. Is that mean? I don't know, but
I mean, we're going to be through the whole AFC South in about 5 picks. So, maybe. Yeah.
It says a lot, man. Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the clock. Pick number 15. Mike, who you got?
So I have the Bucks going with, and by the way, I think the Spencer Fano pick is excellent. I have the Bucks going with Kenyon Sadiq, tight end out of Oregon. They did bring back Cade Otton. Cade Otton's a very solid tight end. However, they lose Mike Evans. They need weapons on this offense, athletic weapons. And by the way, re-signing a tight end has not precluded people from then turning around and taking tight ends highly in the draft before. See last year when the Bears took Colston Loveland, even though they had Cole Kmet signed to a about $10 million deal a year. Yeah. And I think Kenyon Sadiq also complements Cade Otton very well. Otton's that inline kind of blocking hybrid tight end, red zone tight end, that bigger body. Kenyon Sadiq is a guy you could line him up in the slot. You can line him up in line. You could probably even line him up in the backfield and have him do some wheel routes or, get some matchup mismatches going. Ran a freaking 4.39 at the combine, just freaking insane. The only tight end who I can think of who's been like that size and more physically gifted was Vernon Davis when he came out of Maryland, and he was top 10. So I think getting that type of weapon and getting him at 15 would be a great move for the Bucks.
That's amazing. That's actually a really good pick there. I like that. I know this guy's already off your board, but that's another. I should have probably thought about that one. That'd be actually really a much better fit personally. But I got this guy going. I was trying to put some, extra thought into this. Maybe I thought too hard. But my guy going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is Jermod McCoy, corner out of Tennessee. Okay, logic. Okay, Tampa. They need more takeaways, man. McCoy is, the last time there was a guy named McCoy that went to them from, in the draft, he was pretty good,
From the SEC as well. Wait, was McCoy SEC?
Gerald McCoy was UCLA, wasn't he? Or...
I thought he was Oklahoma, but Oklahoma wasn't in the SEC.
Yeah,
but Oklahoma wasn't in the SEC at that point, so
they were not. Where the hell did he come from? Gerald McCoy, I forgot. Yeah, I think he was Oklahoma. He was a Sooner, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, I don't know why I said UCLA. I was thinking of Price. If you remember Price when we were in high school, from UCLA. But anyway, Gerald McCoy. Price, yeah. What were they?
Ryan Price, defensive tackle from UCLA. That I remember him back in that similar time frame. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. He was a long. That was. Yeah, that was. Was it the same time? It was, huh? Yeah, or
about the same, maybe within a year of each other.
Yeah, they were right around that. Yeah, good price. I mean, good price. Good price. That's a good price. It is getting that. Well, let's see. Let's see if the Buccaneers can get a good price here. At number, that's at 15. You're not paying as much as the guys in the top 10. So let's see who they will get for a pretty good price. I'm gonna go again with Jamal McCoy. I mean, again, they need that, so he's not afraid to play on an island, and like I said, last time they had a McCoy there, they drafted him. It worked out pretty well. So his pro day 40-yard was really nasty. He was faster than expected. I forgot his time, but I just know that it was quicker. And this is moving him into like mid first round. He's a natural playmaker who plays with a chip on his shoulder. I just feel like he would fit in really well with Tampa Bay. So overall, I mean, not a bad pick there. Let's take a look here. Glenn says, I'll be heading out soon, so I'll throw my... Oh, well, thank you, sir. We'll go ahead and get his stuff in here as we go. Thank you for joining us today, Mr. Glenn Ritter. All right, man. So, yeah, overall, I mean, Tampa Bay, they're here, they're there, they're pretty much everywhere. Another team who's just really awkward. I like them because I think that there's potential all over the place, but then they just... You watch them play a few games, and you're like, never mind. And then you watch them play more, like, oh, you know what, never mind. And then you watch them play a few more, and you're like, never mind. I mean, these guys teeter-totter like so much, and it's just with the.
And the question you got to ask with the Bucs at this point: what is Baker Mayfield at this stage? Is he the guy? Is he going to take them away? I know he's done well in Tampa, but is he your guy to take you to the promised land? Because the last couple of years have not been the greatest.
No.
So is he? I don't know at this point.
And you feel bad. You feel bad for the fan base because this team, I mean, they're just removed from Brady.
Right.
because you know what I mean. Like, so I mean, you don't feel too bad for him, but it's just the Buccaneers they had a fall from grace and now they're back kind of in it. But I don't know. You kind of just wonder, like having a quarterback limbo is kind of hard. So, all right, next up, man, we are moving on over back to that Jets green for pick number 16. Then we're going to take ourselves a quick break. I don't know why I put it up there. Forgive me, guys. Oh, my gosh. We put it back. The Jets think they're special, everybody, so they went to the top of the screen. Now we're going to put them back where they belong. The Jets want to jet, but we know what happens. Most Jets are very nice and safe, and they take people from point A to point B, and, these Jets are the ones that get off the runway and then crash back into it. You don't want to ride on the New York Jets. No, not good. You're not gonna no.
Yeah,
so, Michael, you got a 16.
Well, and I think this pick that I have here actually personifies that very well. I would call this probably one of my 2 or 3 surprise picks in the whole first round. And it might not be a surprise to some people, but look, the Jets, they have another team with a bunch of needs. They already addressed the defensive front with our first pick for Arvell Reese. Now they're looking at the options in front of them. And they also got to have half an eye on next year. And they got to look like, okay, the Dolphins are going to stink this year.
Yeah.
Are we going to be better than the Dolphins? Is being better than the Dolphins and also having a last place schedule going to put us out of position next year to get a quarterback? Do we need to then take our quarterback this year? Maybe so, maybe not. I know that they've had multiple visits with this guy. I don't necessarily have him as a first round pick, but somebody might, and I could definitely see him going around this early. I have Ty Simpson here out of Alabama. Yeah, and would it make sense? Probably not, given the state of the Jets, but it's also the Jets. You have to take that into consideration. Are they going to be the team that doesn't make the sensible pick? They could very well be. Like I said, I wouldn't agree with the pick, but could I absolutely see it? Have they visited with the guy multiple times? Do they need a quarterback? I have Ty Simpson.
You know what? Again, Mike and I just have the same draft apparently. But yeah, no, I agree. Let's go ahead and back to Glenn Ritter here. He has them taking Ione. Well, you know what? Hey, I mean,
that would be an amazing pick.
It would
if he was on the board. That would be a fantastic pick for them.
Yeah, I completely agree. Totally. Overall, again, in agreement here. Look, the logic for Ty Simpson. Okay. This is a pivot. It's a pivot pick. All right. I mean, that's no other way to put it. After going defense at number 2, at least from what I picked, the Jets grabbed their heir to Geno Smith, which yeah. Anyway, so Simpson is a quarterback who's he's like a quarterback coach's dream, honestly. With flawless footwork in the Alabama pedigree. Look, I mean, some scouts worry about his limited starts, but his ceiling is viewed as a top tier NFL starter. So honestly, I think he's actually pretty damn good. You know, he's the developmental piece that can sit and learn. This would be huge. This would be big for these guys. I like this a lot. Overall, you know, why not, right? Why not? If he's there, why not? Don't be stupid. Yeah. Don't do some Raider crap. Okay, don't pick Darius Hayward-Bay. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Don't do that. You know, use your brain. A bit,
doesn't it, Larry?
Oh, it hurts. And, you know, it sucks because he's from Maryland. And I know, you know, it's the DMV and I know, but still, it's just, like, are you guys dumb? Anyway, we're not talking about the Raiders. I mean, we kind of are. Another version of the Raiders here. But yeah, the Jets, look, Ty Simpson, this is a great pick. Why? Don't be dumb, you guys. If he's still there, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. So, I mean, again, this is totally if, but I mean, yeah, this would be really good for him if he were to, if he were to still fall there. But anyway, all right. Well, really quick, guys, that is that. We're going to take ourselves a quick break. But remember, while we take our Planet Jerky, little break. It's basically the Planet Jerky halftime, if you will. But halfway through the draft, you guys, remember, head on over to planetjerky.net, grab you some delicious Planet Jerky. Always good stuff, man. These guys deliver, and it's well. And all over the USA, guys, make sure to grab you some Planet Jerky. Enjoy all of our iSports radio shows, because jerky and sports podcasts go hand in hand. So with that said, you guys, we're taking ourselves a quick little break, literally a quick little break to play a little Planet Jerky. And when we get back, we are going to be coming back with the rest of the picks. You got our Mel Kiper, but with better hair. Mike Pat in the house. Got me, your boy Larry B. And when we get back, we are ending off the draft and seeing, at least to our opinion, who goes where. All right, so stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, esports radio fans. This show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, single-A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all-brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
And we are back here on our very special mock draft edition of 3 and Out right here on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Again, guys, I tearing up a bag right now of volcanic jalapeno. I would go get my wife's teriyaki, but I think she'll actually kill me. And if I did that, or she did that, then maybe Mike could host 3 and Out, maybe. But, I mean, so, I'm just saying, I don't want to die. So, because she loves she loves the teriyaki is delicious. So, I'm going to stick with my volcanic jalapeno. But I will say, if you want jerky, that's super good. And I'm over here just chomping away. Planet Jerky. Make sure you check them out. Follow me on Instagram. Place your order. Appreciate you guys. And that is that. It's delicious. Okay. With that said, you guys, peace out to Glenn Rare. Appreciate you for being here. You as well, Neil. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you guys for jumping on in. We got a lot of comments to read right now, and all of the rest of Glenn's picks are in the chat. So here we go. Let's move it along into the remainder of the picks. We got about 30 minutes left here on our show, you guys. So we're going to continue to run through these things. Pick number 7. And these are going to be a little bit faster now. We're on the back half of the draft. So, we're going to start, rationale's going to be a little bit shorter and everything. But here we go, guys. Moving on to pick number 17, the Detroit Lions. This is open. You know what? I am so sorry. I forgot to change the colors. See, that's what Planet Jerky does. It just kind of, it doesn't mess you up. It just, gives you euphoria and you can get excited.
There you go.
So anyway, with that said, let's switch it on up to that Honolulu blue.
Indeed. Appropriate for Detroit, Michigan.
Of course. Why would it be anything else? I mean, if you can put Stanford and Cal in the Atlantic Athletic Conference, screw it. Honolulu blue in Detroit.
There you go.
Nothing they do makes sense anyway. So let's go. Let's go, Mike. What do we got?
So for Detroit, I would love to give them offensive line because that's a big need. I don't love any of the offensive linemen here. So I have Akeem Mesidor out of Miami, talented defensive lineman. little older, but veteran, able to help the team right away, which they definitely need. Still contenders. Great compliment to Aiden Hutchinson.
That is a really great pick. I love it. To me, this is solid. Dan Campbell type of pick. I have actually Spencer Fano here. Utah offensive lineman. Look, he wants kneecap biters, right? Fano is a mean, versatile lineman who can play tackle or guard. They interviewed this guy. He said, "I'll play anywhere." He's just so grateful to play. He fits the Lions' physical culture. I mean, perfectly. The Dan Campbell style. He wants, that's to me, that's huge. He showed a great anchor strength at the Senior Bowl against bigger defensive tackles. The guy is who you want. I mean, I don't know if he's still there and they don't pick him. I mean, again, lots of other great picks, but when it comes down to it, I mean, to me, this would be a huge pickup for these guys. So, Mike, your thoughts while we go ahead and switch on.
I like Len's pick of Monroe Freeling. I was actually trying to look at it and think, okay, how can I make Monroe Freeling fall to Detroit? Because that's who they really need. But that would have required a complete rework. But I think Monroe Freeling would be great if he's on the board.
No, totally. That would be great. I would totally see that. But thank you for putting up the comment, too. I'm over here doing 50 things at once. So thank you, Mike. Appreciate it, man. That's why I love both running the studio, because we can both take care of stuff. So thank you for that, good sir. Okay, we're moving on now into, well, we're staying in the division, but we're moving. We're moving to another city. Let's do it. Oh, yeah. We're moving that way. Here it comes, man. From Honolulu Blue to clean purple. We had dirty purple earlier. Now it's clean purple. Well, Minnesota Vikings, pick number 18. Who you got?
Well, so their defensive line has undergone a lot of change, and Minnesota is a team historically, they've taken their position of need maybe over value. So I think defensive tackle safety is another popular pick. We see Glenn's pick here with Dylan Thieneman, but I have them going with Caden McDonald out of Ohio State, a big, beefy run stuffer, can clog the middle of that defense, really free up those pass rushers. Plus, they took an Ohio State lineman last year in Donovan Jackson on the other side. So maybe a little bit of an Ohio State pipeline going to Minnesota. I don't think a lot of our Ohio fans would appreciate that, especially Michigan, Detroit fans would especially not like that. So maybe it's appropriate.
Agreed. Nope. Totally understood. Totally believe it. Totally with it. That is a great pick. I have a little bit of a different direction, but I like it. To me, that's actually something I wish I could have put him there instead. I was going somewhere else. And I got to say here that, well, there's a guy who I think would be, hey, why not? If he's still there, Omar Cooper. Mm-hmm. Hey. Why not, right? Minnesota needs a reliable wide receiver too. I mean, realistically, they got to help out Justin Jefferson. Cooper Jr. was Mendoza's favorite guy, his favorite target in Indiana. He got 13 TDs last year. I mean, it shows, right? He's a hands specialist. This dude, he doesn't drop anything, man. I mean, at his pro day, he caught every ball thrown to him. He's proving that he can thrive in high volume in the offense. So personally, I feel like if he's there, screw it, take him. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have Thielen's not there. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have that sure-handed guy no more. You know what I mean? Justin Jefferson, yeah, but when he has, 11 guys are covering him on the defense,
Hey, look, whether it's Kyler Murray or JJ McCarthy, they need people to throw to. Absolutely.
Oh, totally agree. So, solid stuff there, guys. We are just going to continue, like I said, running on, and we are now off to pick number 19, man. And we're going to put up. We just had
to blue.
Going back to blue, a little bit of a different blue. It's kind of like Honolulu, but it's not. Panther blue. I don't know what the hell they call this blue, but anyway, Carolina Panthers blue is on the board. Pick number 19 is here, and Mike Pat is ready to make a selection for the Panthers.
So I actually, there's a lot of different directions for the Panthers this year. I have them going with Jordan Tyson at this stage, still on the board. And he's obviously a great receiver. Everybody has had him gone so far. They do need additional receivers. I know it's weird for them to take receivers in back-to-back years, but if there's a position that you can take first round in back-to-back years, receiver's definitely one of them. A nice complementary piece to Tet McMillan. So I have Jordan Tyson here.
That's huge. That is absolutely huge. And Tet showing that he's That guy is special, man. I mean, he's really solid. So, I mean, why not compliment him here? I think another, different direction. I mean, obviously we have Glenn here. Oh, by the way, sorry, I don't know why we screwed this up. Sorry, Glenn, I messed up, but Glenn had Dylan Heineman going to the Vikings. So good stuff there. To the Panthers, he had Akeem Massador, another good pickup here.
Yep.
Now, I will say, okay, going here. Aha. Look who's here. Yep. Look who's here. Monroe Freeling. Yep. Yes. And honestly, that's where I'm at right now. I am in Monroe territory. I love another wide receiver. That is great. To me, you can't go wrong with that either. But come on, man. Bryce needs time. Freeling is an athletic tackle from Georgia, the Georgia football factory, if you will. He's sound in pass protection, and he moves well for his size. He was steady all week at the Senior Bowl, showing that he can handle NFL caliber speed rushers. I mean, look, man, if he's still there, screw it. And this is, of course, this is Neil's team. Right. So, it's called Process Blue.
Process Blue.
Process.
And again, if Freeling's there, absolutely. I just happen to have him off the board. And there's probably a number of different directions. Akeem Massador was a popular pick as well. I saw some defensive line help, but yeah, they could go a few different directions there.
They can. How about this comment here from Neil? Not another RDI pass catcher.
And I make the Jordan Tyson selection with the belief that they are going to try to move off of Xavier Legette then later on in the draft period, which a lot of these teams tend to do. They take picks at positions where maybe they already have a couple of guys, and then they turn around and they flip them on day 3, for maybe a swap of picks or maybe a future pick. Legette has been inconsistent for the team, and I think it's okay to admit, we might have missed on that one. So I that's where I think they are with Legette at this point.
No, agreed. And it's okay to admit your mistakes, right? Right, Mike. I completely agree with that there. So yeah, great stuff there. And thanks for the comment there, Neil. Sorry. So yeah, in agreement there. Let's see what these Panthers do, man. Let's see. So we're gonna stay blue. What the hell? This is just
pretty much.
This is like Eiffel 65, man. We're blue. We're blue Dabadeeing right now. Like, I mean, it's just happening right now. So we're gonna stay with another shade, a little bit of a darker, and we're going right back to them Dallas Cowboys. How about them boys? All right. How about them boys, Mike?
Well, so somebody in the chat, I forget who it was, and the chat's been popping. So if we can't find the comment, I apologize. Spoiled this surprise for me. I originally had a different linebacker here, but I've been become convinced of this one guy. There's nothing I can't find any reason not to like him. Maybe he's a little bit older than usual, but he's a linebacker. I don't really care that much. Jacob Rodriguez, linebacking prospect. This dude, he does everything. He gets sacks, he gets picks, he gets pass deflections, he tackles, he's physical in the middle, he's got good size, great elite athleticism. Like I thought of him as a solid second-round pick, but the more I look at him, I'm like, why wouldn't this guy be a first-round pick? Like, he's got everything you want. The Cowboys need linebacker help in the middle, and this guy could be the anchor in that middle of the defense for the next decade.
Totally agree.
And really upgrade that front for them.
No, agreed. And by the way, we actually got a comment here from somebody on Twitter. Looks like Prophecy of Negi, I believe, wrote to us about 22 minutes ago and says, absolutely no Folk. This was when we said, well, at least this was my pick for the Cowboys back 40 minutes ago. And Zimmer, he says Zimmer has been gone for 2 years. We're not drafting developmental players in the first round.
And not to irritate that fan, but Glenn Ritter also has Celtic Fire.
I know. Oh no. Yeah, no, totally get you, man. So yeah, give me Dylan Theineman another and said, hey, you know what? Screw it. I know. I get you. But thank you very much for that tweet there, good sir. So yeah, overall, look, this is big. I mean, when you look at that, the Cowboys are the Cowboys, right? I mean, Cowboys are going to cowboy, like we said in the past, right, Teran? I mean, sorry, I'm so used to having Teran here, right, Mike?
Right.
Right,
Oh
Mike?
yeah,
I
no,
mean,
for sure. For
the
sure.
Cowboys are just going to cowboy. They're going to do their thing, and we're going to see what these guys, every single year we see. They're made of this, they're made of that, but they're definitely not. I don't know. Look, I'm not going to hold it up no more, but the Cowboys need a lot of help regardless. And it's just like every single year their fans think that they're super close, and it's just, I don't know. Jerry, Al, and Mark. Let's just look at the comparison. Anyway,
Yep.
Dallas needs more Twitch in the slot. I'm going to go with Kevin Conception out of NC State. Conception is an explosive playmaker who can turn like a 5-yard slant into a 50-yard TD. All right, so he was a combine darling, okay, for his agility scores, and he gives the Cowboys a different dimension than their current receivers. So hey, look, if he's still there, I think that'd be a solid pickup for those guys.
Sure, absolutely.
I mean, why not, right? I mean, it could happen. So, all right. So now we are officially of legal drinking age. Pick number 21. Pick number 21.
Wait, there we go.
Oh,
I give the thumbs down one more. I think this might be no. I'll have one more thumbs down after this. One more.
You do. I know. Mike is, again, this is we got ourselves a Raven in here, so you're gonna hear a few of those, Yep. Yeah, no. So Mike, not a fan, but here it goes anyway. Black and Yellow has entered the chat. Pittsburgh Steelers, man, with pick number 21. They have all changed up. Crazy, man. I mean, Harbaugh out in Baltimore. You got Tomlin out in Pittsburgh. I remember you saying that they had the opportunity to do one of the funniest things ever and switch coaches, which would be freaking hilarious. They did not. Regardless, though, in this new regime, I mean, only fourth coach in franchise history.
It's wild.
What do you think?
So this is a guy we talked about earlier, a potential slider, and I have him going here because this is the move the Steelers make. They're like, oh, people are going to let this guy slide. We'll take him. Thank you. I have Mekhi Lemon. Just the absolute completely different type of receiver from what they have right now with DK Metcalf and recently acquired Michael Pittman. Much smaller, quicker, electric playmaker type guy. And I think, if he drops to them, this is their pick. I think I could also see them going with a guard here, but with Lemon on the board, I think they would run that up to the podium.
Oh, totally agree. I mean, have they not picked up USC wide receivers before? I mean, hey, the great Lynn Swan was a Trojan. I mean, so So with that, Mike, I think here, for me personally, again, since I have Lemon gone, Omar Cooper, good pick there from Glenn. Look, overall, this is big. This Cam Hayward, exiting. I mean, overall, Akeem Messidor to me makes a like a lot of sense here. Defensive team, always historically defense. The Steelers need that disruptive interior presence. Messidor was was a monster last year. 12.5 sacks. I mean, he really balled, man. He's a calculator on the line. You know what I mean? Like he figures out blockers and destroys them. The guy is just a great athlete overall, all around. His Senior Bowl tape showed that he has that pro motor. He doesn't take plays off. He's a 3-down guy. He can play the run, still generate push and on third downs. I mean, to me, he would be great. So if he were to fall to the Steelers, that's a Steelers pick through and through for me.
Yeah, no, for sure. Definitely be a beast on that defensive line.
Wouldn't it? I mean, that would work out. So, okay. Well, with that, let's go ahead and move on over now to, let's see, where are we at next? Where are we going next? Let's see, where are we at? Hey, we're going back to LA. Yep. So next pick up here, let's see, which one do we want? Oh, we just had that yellowish color. So we're going to go back to the shades of blue, if you will. And we're going to Rams blue. Let's do it, man. We got the not Rams. We have the Chargers blue now, which, I'm going to make that a little more powdery. We're going to make that powdery. I don't like that blue. I don't know why it's
powdery for sure.
That is not a good, no. Chargers, what's wrong with you? I'm just kidding. What's wrong with me? Okay, let's make that a little powdery, shall we? There we go. That's more Charger-like, right? All right, Los Angeles Chargers, pick number 22. Who you got, Mike?
So I think the Chargers have made good strides on the offensive line. I think they need a little bit more. This guy, I'm probably a little bit higher on this guy than most people. In fact, having seen several other mock drafts, I would say I'm definitely higher on him than most. But I have Emmanuel Pregnon out of Oregon. This guy was a big riser through the process. He is also a big body in the middle. I'm trying to look at his combine here. 6'4", 315, great hand size, great length, very good athlete as well. Probably a better athlete than Ioane, who we had going earlier, but not quite as powerful and dominant. But I think, if you're the Chargers with the way the offensive line went last year, you cannot be satisfied with how until it is an elite unit. So that is why I have Pregnon here to upgrade that group.
That's a great pick. I like him, man. I watched him a lot at Oregon. Dude can play solid. I have another guy, but I mean, I think this is very similar. Yeah, man. Caleb Lemieux. Or LeBeau. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Lomu. But offensive tackle out of Utah. Look, Jim Harbaugh's identity is the run game, right? Lemieux's 6'6". He's a wall, okay, who allowed 17 pressures and 2 sacks last season. He crushed the combine. He had a 4.99 40, 313-pound dude. This is big for them because he posted like a very dominant pro day. He had a great bench, really good shuttle. I mean, he has Harbaugh wants that bully that, he wants to build like that old school Raiders kind of thing. You can tell he wants that. He said it, that wants to bully people, and he's a massive human. Okay, so realistically, I think he fits that run identity. He fits it well. This guy would be great. But even Pregnon, myself, I mean, either of those guys would be a great pickup for them, overall. And there we have it. So, all righty. So, yeah, CJ Allen, man, another pick here from these guys. So where are we at? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to go. Okay, well, we'll try to see if we go as fast as we can, Mike.
Sure.
Okay. Let's see if we do this. But yeah, so next up here, and I'll just keep these going as we go. Next up, we have pick number 23, and that, of course, is those wonderful, wonderful Fly Eagles Fly Philadelphia Eagles, a team who these guys have had they've had runs, right? They've had runs, but they've looked good, they've looked bad, they've looked everything in between. Who you got these guys taking?
So I have the Eagles taking Dylan Thieneman, safety, and Thieneman's probably actually going to go higher than this. He just happened to drop on my board, but safety's a big need for them. He's a great talent, great athlete. I think he would be a nice piece in that secondary because why not? Just add more talent to the defense than they already have.
And you definitely can go that direction. Thieneman for me, I got Dylan Thieneman going to from Oregon, the safety. I mean, look, this is it. Hy Roseman loves those high IQ ball hawks. He clocked a 4.3 on the 40 over 300 tackles. I mean, the dude's a freaking monster. So really, I feel like this would be a great pickup for these guys. Overall, look, he's led the team in interceptions and tackles last year. I mean, to me, this is a great product from the Big Ten. Why not take him there? What do you think about Glenn's pick there?
Don't mind it. They could use a tackle for the future. Blake Miller's a very solid prospect, and Lane Johnson's threatened retirement the last 3 off seasons. So you need that contingency plan. And the Eagles are very good at doing that.
No, they are. And they are. So next up here, let's go ahead and, like I said, we're going to go at hyper speed it, guys, because I know we're getting thin on time here. Switching it up back to that Browns orange or whatever the hell that is. Cleveland Browns back with pick number 24. Who you got?
So I have Omar Cooper going here. We talked about it earlier. The Browns desperately need a receiver. I think Cooper would be an excellent number 2. Very good deep threat. Makes plays for whoever ends up being the quarterback there in Cleveland.
No, totally. I actually have Mike and Anchor. This guy coming out of Arizona, man. I mean, look, depth on the defensive line, big. Really, the Browns. Okay, I'm not going to go too deep into this because I can go on for right now. But overall, look, his draft stock was way up. Great Senior Bowl player, and overall, after taking an edge rusher at 6, at least in my playbook or my draft, they doubled down the trenches to pick up to protect Watson here or the future. So realistically, I could see either of those happening. So all right, well, let's go ahead and switch it on over. Oh, I could pick their orange, but no, I think I'm good. So we're gonna move over now to Chicago. Hey, we haven't talked a lot about these guys because they haven't been here all draft long, but let's go ahead and throw up that dark blue. I think they have I don't know what the color for that one is or what the name for that one is, but Chicago Bears pick number 25. Who you got?
So this is probably my last of my big surprises, I would say. I actually have defensive end Malachi Lawrence out of USF going here. The Bears need a pin your ears back and go pass rusher. He is a phenomenal athlete. He was very productive in college against actually really good talent as well. And I think he fills a very specific need, but a big need for the Bears.
No, totally. Yes, that is big. I mean, this is where I have Cade McDonald going, defensive tackle out of Ohio State. Look, he showed surprising quick feet at the combine for a man his size. He's a mountain in the middle. The Bears need someone to eat double teams so the linebackers can flow free. So McDonald's a 315-pound run stuffer. To me, this would be great. So either of those picks would be great, right, Mike? I mean, I think that'd be great for both for them. They're lacking that, and that's where we are at the moment with those Chicago Bears, man. They're just kind of up and down and everywhere else. So, all righty. So now we're headed up now to the AFC East. And again, we're just going to keep it going with the Blues, shall we? Keep it going here. And yeah, we have here the whoopsies. Oh, and I did not run our Chicago Bears little ticker here. So here you go, Mike. We'll give them their 5 seconds of glory. Hey, look at their that's the last time they're going to be on top anyway. Boo, just kidding. Poor
Shout
Bears.
out Adam Karnick.
Dang, poor Bears. No love for the Bears. No love. All right, so next up here, we have the Buffalo Bills, man. And these guys, let's switch up that color. But yeah, what you got for the Bills?
So for the Bills, I have linebacker C.J. Allen. I think linebacker is a pretty big need for them, probably one of their bigger ones. Allen's a very good talent, a very athletic linebacker, kind of one of those athletic, maybe slightly undersized SEC linebackers in the mold of maybe a C.J. Mosley or like a Ryan Shazier type player. But I think he can come in. I think he can make a lot of plays for this defense.
Nope, totally with you. Yeah, that's a solid player, man. I think that'd be great for them. Did I already pick? I did, huh? Gosh dang it. I think I doubled up here in my pick. Earlier I got Messidor already off the board, didn't I?
Yes.
I did. Gosh darn it. I don't know why. I just like him at Buffalo too. I mean, I think that'd be great. Let me see who else would be a good defensive lineman. Peter Woods. That's my next up guy.
There you go.
You know what? Solid dude. The guy is a sack machine, 30 tackles, 2 sacks. He's got a freaking mean burst, 4.86 at the 40. Again, I guess like anchor in the middle. Why not? I mean, you gotta get a pass rush, man. The Buffalo Bills, it's needed right now. So overall, solid stuff there. Caden McDonald, solid there. I could even go him too. Oh, we already got him off my board too. But all right. So with that, we can now move on over here to the 49ers, man. Whoops. Got to get this off the board real fast. But yeah, so next up, the lovely San Francisco 49ers, who have had more problems than a math book. These guys have not had the best last couple of seasons. They've made little leaps and bounds here and there, and then they kind of just fall flat again. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's wrong with those guys. But the Niners in the building. Who you got, Mike?
So I have the Niners taking Caden Proctor, offensive lineman out of Alabama. I think this is a guy who could probably play a couple different spots right off the bat, maybe guard, which is a need for them, maybe tackle. But I also think he could be an interesting piece as a potential candidate to take over for Trent Williams in the future. I would like to see him trim down the size a little bit. I think the 350 mark is my mark for too big in the NFL. He came in the combine at 353, which is less than what people said. They had him in the 360s, but I think if he can get down more into maybe the 330s, I think he could have a long, productive career in the NFL.
He definitely can. That is a solid pickup there. I actually have Caden Proctor as well at Alabama. It's the second what you were saying, man. I mean, 6'7", 366. He's a mountain. He was a very, very good player. He only allowed 2 sacks on 878 snaps. That's freaking good. That's exactly the kind of heavyweight that the Niners want for their run game. So I think that is a very good pickup for them. And right now, they're, again, for a team who needs a lot, that's, that's about as best as you can get at that stage of the game. So, all right, let's go ahead and switch it on up now into some Texans dark blue, whatever the hell you call this. It's like extremely dark blue, but all right, who you got? Oh, and they're on top of the screen. So anyway, who you got there, Mike?
So I actually accidentally clicked there. There we go. I clicked away from my mock for a second. So I have the Texans, and I know this is redundant because their defense is already great, but I have them taking Peter Woods here out of Clemson. I think they need a little bit more pop on the interior of that defense, and they actually did some pretty good stuff, kind of reworking the offense, the offensive line in the offseason. Peter Woods didn't have great production in Clemson, but he's got incredible upside. He's a very good athlete, proven versus the run. I think he'd be a nice piece there for them.
You know what? That is a great pick. Damn, I know. I just had Peter Woods go up early too, but that would be also a good place for him to land. Overall, I mean, there's so many ways you can go here with this, but yeah. Let's see. I can't. No, I know I clicked away from mine right now too accidentally. But yeah, the Texans need. I don't know. They're another team who they're so close yet so far. They're odd. But overall, I would have to say I know I have so many players off the board, and I don't know why. Like I said, I think I lost my mock draft. But overall, when it comes to the Texans, there's a lot of need. It's crazy. There's a lot of need, yet there's actually a lot of good. So it's like they're so close yet so far. I guess overall, if I have to give it to somebody, there's a guy who I really, really liked from what's his name? A guy I really liked from Alabama. And he's a backer. Oh my gosh, I have to go top of my head because I don't want to go search that mock draft. He's a guy who is a guy from linebacker from Georgia. His name CJ Allen. That's his name. Yeah, dude is solid. You know what? I could see him going over there. Why? Because again, side to sideline, that defense is really weird. They are bend but don't break, but then they break. So I mean, I don't know. Add more depth, personally. You know what I mean? So, okay. Overall, guys, there we go. There is our Texans. And where are we at? We got 4 more to go. So here we go, man. Off to the Kansas City Chiefs again, one more time. Let's have some fun here with this. Good old Chiefs, man. Who is Andy picking with that pick number, whatever this is? What, 28?
So I have the Chiefs going with another guy who you mentioned earlier, Max Iheanacho. They need more offensive line help. Their right tackle spot has been a turnstile for the last couple of years. And I think, last year they got Josh Simmons around the same pick, who turned out to be a solid left tackle. So now you turn around and you get the bookend right tackle. And now you have what is not only a very solid, but also very affordable offensive tackle pairing for the next probably about 4 years before you'd have to turn around and pay Josh Simmons, which the Chiefs salary cap, paying Patrick Mahomes, playing Chris Jones, they have to be wary of the monies.
Totally. I agree with that. This next pick for me, I got Kalen Rutledge. He's a big guard out of Georgia Tech. Dude is a freak of nature, though. Solid freaking player. I think, you know what? We can move some guys around the Chiefs. They've been having problems all day long for tackles. So screw it. Let's see if we can move some people around. What's wrong with another big boy there? You just got Mahomes off of an injury. Solid stuff there. I like the limo pick here from Glenn. So good stuff. Coming up on our last few picks, guys, we have here the Miami Dolphins yet again coming on up. These guys, again, they have tons of issues, but let's see. Mike, who you got for us with the Miami Dolphins?
So again, Glenn's copying me here. I have Denzel Boston as well. Look, they need receiver help in the worst way. They could probably get it at 11. They could honestly probably take it at 11 and 30, and nobody would bat an eye. But Boston, very good upside, big receiver, 6'4". I forget what he measured at the combine. I'm going to take a quick look. 212 with great length, good not the greatest athlete, which I think is probably the one thing that probably keeps him down a little bit, but guy who can make contested catches, productive for Washington this past year, their best weapon. I have him going to the Dolphins.
Good pick. I got Avion Terrell. Hey, why not, right? Logic behind this, the young brother of the Falcons star, AJ Terrell. He's a sticky man coverage corner. He had 2 sacks last year even. The guy is solid. He's got a pedigree in South Beach. Overall, this to me would be a good pickup for these guys. Young man out of Clemson, because why not? I mean, again, you can't really go wrong here. It's the Dolphins. They have a lot of issues. I mean, really. All right. So almost there, guys. Got a few more picks, and we are out of here. So moving it on to a team who really surprised everybody last year, but did they? The New England Patriots. So, Mike, who you got here?
So I actually have a guy who got a lot of love earlier in the show from everybody. I have Keldrick Falk going here.
Hey.
I did not like his lack of production. I also thought at the combine, he did measure in slightly smaller than people thought. They thought he would be in like the 285 to 290 range. He came in at 275, which I think modifies his profile a little bit. But great upside as a edge rusher. Will help them against the run. I'm curious to see what teams think of him, because opinions seem to be rather varied across the league.
No, totally. I think that's actually pretty. To me, that's accurate. But say solid stuff there. Great pickup for those guys. Let's see here. Avion Terrell, good pick there. I see you. I see you there, Glenn. All right, and last but not least, the championship, which is kind of funny because we didn't even really move very much color-wise. Championship, Seattle Seahawks. Here we go. Few Super Bowls now in the bag. Last pick of the first round. Where are they going, Mike?
So to finish it off, and by the way, side note about the Seahawks, they're another team. They're going to take their guy. Honestly, I don't think anybody has any idea who this pick could be. It's going to be somebody who we're not even thinking right now, not even on our radar. But I have Avion Terrell going here. They actually are surprisingly thin at cornerback. They do have Devin Witherspoon, and they just re-signed Josh Jobe. But beyond that, especially on the boundary, they don't have a ton. So I think getting another boundary corner, this is a team that likes their defense. They could also go edge rusher here with Uchenna Nwosu and Derek Hall becoming free agents next year. But I think Terrell at this stage in the draft is too good. He could go top 20. He's a really good corner. I don't think, people are giving him enough credit. I have him dropping a little bit here.
I can see that for sure. So I'm making my last 2 picks together. I know you're probably like, what happened to your last one? But TJ Parker, edge rusher, Clemson, high IQ kind of guy. I can see this guy going on over 3 sacks, forced fumble last year with South Carolina alone to the New England Patriots. And Brandon, and how do you say his last name? How do you say his last name?
I know who you're talking about. I couldn't tell you.
Dude is solid, man. He was a great player on the Pro Bowl, elite recovery speed, a corner out of Seattle. And again, try to make that Legion of Boom again. I mean, these guys already have a solid secondary. That defense is amazing. Keep it going. Add more depth. Get another ball hawk in there. Screw it. Why not? You have freaking house money. So, ladies and gentlemen, that has concluded. Oh, and Jadarian Price. Headed. That's and again. How could you go wrong?
This would absolutely be a Seahawks type pick. Like just somebody like, oh yeah, Jadarian Price.
I mean, why not? That would actually be helpful. I mean, again, continue to help the team, right? But with that said, guys, I know it's a running on time, but hey, we got through it. We got all 32 picks in. That is going to do it for our draft show here today. And that is that, you guys. So with that said, fun stuff today, Mike. Appreciate you for being here, man.
Absolutely. This is the 11th draft show for yours truly. So just thought I'd throw that out there.
11. I mean, my gosh. Again, where have we come? You guys are amazing, man. I think next year, too, just for sake of time, I think we're going to chop it down to 2, just you and me, Mike. So that way we can make it a little bit, more better prepared. But overall, I know we did that for a long time, but I thought adding the third would be fun, but at the end of the day, I know it's kind of hard. But regardless, hey, 2.5 hours, my gosh, took a while. But again, we got the all 32 picks. Let's see where these guys go, man. Draft day is coming. We are just days away, coming up on Thursday evening. Be ready, guys. Going to be live from Pittsburgh, April 23rd. It's going to be a lot of fun. I look forward to this. We all look forward to this every single year. Let's see who goes where. Check us out, man. And Mike, where can all these diehards find you, man?
So they can find me on X. You can find me at IESR_DMV. And I do want to throw one last message out there. Larry kind of alluded it to the show, to the 256 young men who are going to hear their names called on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Congratulations in advance. What an experience for you guys. And for those who don't, remember, all you need is that invite. If you get that chance, don't blow it. If you belong in the league, if you belong in the league, you're going to get your shot. How many undrafted guys turn into greats? So, don't despair. Just lower your head, get to work, and you're going to get your shot.
That's it. I couldn't have said it better myself. Great stuff there, Mike. And on that note, that is it, man. I mean, again, we have our awesome band. I just want to show this off one more time, everybody. This is cool. I mean, come on. Oh, wait. Whoop. Oh, no. Oh, that's not cool. I don't want that. We want this. Yeah, that was fun, right? You gotta love it, man. But no, again, we appreciate you, Mike, for being here today, man. It was a fun one. I'm just messing around now with this thing. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here. It has been a fun one. Make sure to check out our team. Okay, check out our website there. Show us some love, man. Check out this man over here and Freddie B, Mike Pat, on Monday evenings talking some baseball in the Bullpen Bulletin, man. Join the team if you want to apply. Well, not really apply, but show us your interest and maybe join on the team, be a frequent guest, be a part of the iSports Radio team, jump in our band, chat, talk some sports. There's a QR code up there. Again, we appreciate you guys for being here, man. For the Planet Jerky mock draft edition of 3 and Out right here on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that sports. PlanetJerky.net. Grab you some jerky. For Mike Pat, from your boy Larry B. We'll see you next time. Until then, take care, and as always, God bless. Peace.